share it, and everybody can take.
Yeah, that's fine. We can start going live now, then just not actually start the show for another
we'll get
3 minutes until we see if we get kicked off or not.
Yeah. Why would we get kicked off? Or we get because of our Zoom.
We got back to hit the 40-minute mark.
Yeah. Right.
So I did have to download Zoom. Does that mean my account's fresh? I could just start a group thing?
No, it doesn't really work.
No,
that
like
way.
it won't matter. It's just like the way Zoom
break.
makes money.
Yeah. We'll just take a commercial break and we'll come back and people will be confused and it'll be hilarious.
Yeah, because you guys will probably still be there. It's just the rest of us.
The rest of us?
That's when you can run the title card. Gives us a minute and a half to get back in or whatever.
Perfect. It is. Oh my goodness. Oh, no wonder I'm on the wrong internet. Story of my life. Always on the wrong internet.
Okay, so I just put the link in the chat.
Very good. Inauguration of Whisky Wednesday. That's cute.
Yes.
I like that. Hey, there we are. Look at that. Nice. Okay, now I have to figure out how to share that. Turn that down. Report. Want to report it?
Yeah, report it.
Caption it. Captions are unavailable. I don't see how to.
You could just copy the link. Where are you trying to share it?
I have it here.
Okay.
How do I share it?
Let me try and do it from my phone.
Let's see.
David, just watch the live thumbnail right now is still the Larry one.
The live thumbnail. Okay. Oh, okay. Got to change that out.
Hold up.
Emile, thank you for your patience, man, while we work through this stuff.
It's all good, dude. Where the fuck else do I have to be?
Oh, I don't know. We haven't heard yet. Maybe you have a pressing business.
Not holding me up from a show or work or fucking anything. Honestly, you're keeping me from about 30 more episodes of WKRP reruns online.
Oh, wow.
Is that a stereo skateboard shirt?
No, it's actually an Ames Brothers t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
They're a design company out of Seattle.
Oh, there! I found it, David. Now there we go.
Similar symbol.
Share that.
It's actually for people me and Brent's age. This is a spacer from a 45 record.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
I knew what that was. Oh, I should wait before I post this. See, I always get in trouble. Then people yell at me. Because
who yells at you?
just people just message me and they're like, "Hey, you made a mistake," and I'm like, "Okay, I know, I suck at this shit. I know I made a mistake. That's all I do is make mistakes. This is how this works."
You're married, right?
I am.
Be careful what you say.
Careful. Easy. Oh my. I was this morning. I don't know. I haven't been home yet. I don't know. Am I still married? I hope so. It's going pretty good, I think.
I started working with this guy that was like 73, and I asked him like what was the secret to his marriage, and he told me his wife died of alcoholism like 25 years in.
Damn.
That's how we got through.
That'll keep your hearts and minds going for sure.
Mm.
Side. I asked a
So how long you been doing stand-up,
excuse me. I asked a 73-year-old man also the key to a happy marriage, and he said cheating.
He's not wrong.
He's no longer married. That friend of mine.
Yeah.
That horrible advice.
Not.
Horrible advice. Shout out to horrible advice guy. We all have that friend. Did you fix that cover letter? Can we share it now?
Making you a new one as we
Poor
speak.
David.
You can share it.
But it shares Larry's picture.
Oh, crap.
And then people will be like, "Why is Larry back on your show again?"
Oh, yeah.
He was that good.
He was that good. And then Larry will call in being, "Why am I on your show? How can I be there? I don't know." We could get him to be our Florida correspondent, though. And, like, get him to do, like, a regular, like, it does feel like a WKRP experience We need correspondents in different places.
Yeah.
Instead of calling them like Zoom guests, we can call them correspondents.
What was that? Fuck. I think it might have been Kevin Nealon back in his days on Saturday Night Live. Did during Weekend Update, he had a bit called News from 10 Feet Away.
Okay.
And they'd throw to him in like the first row of the audience doing some bullshit newscast
Yeah.
to go along with it. But that was his bit. News from 10 feet away, the correspondent.
Social distance. I like it.
Yeah, he was before his time. He was a trailblazer.
He was.
Yeah, I never got too into Saturday Night Live.
It's had more downs than ups over the years, to be honest.
Right here, yeah.
They've had a lot of dog shit, but the people that were sort of their best of the best, pretty good collection of Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
You know, you got your Eddie Murphys, you got your Phil Hartmans, you got your Dana Carveys. Like they've got a murderer's row if you cut out all the bullshit. But yeah, like overall, it's probably overhyped as an entire entity over 45 years on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I seen the drama where they fired Shane Gillis before he even did his first episode. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You gotta these days. I don't know. It's tough. You got to give people room to get better if you want them to get better. But at the same time, like if people are making jokes, you're fine to not laugh at the joke. If you don't like the joke, don't fucking laugh. That's your right. But like,
Yeah.
if
You have the right to not laugh. That'll be my shirt for my next tour.
Well,
you have the
That's
right.
what the First Amendment is all about.
Yeah.
But that's the great, that's the arbiter of comedy. If people like the jokes, they'll laugh, and if they don't, they won't. But
Yeah.
to get all uppity and shut people down and shit, it's tough. But also, I'm not Asian, and I wasn't having, racial epithets dropped on me. So that's white guy perspective for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's a wild industry to like see right now, and like just the entertainment industry as a whole right now. Like the things that you can and can't say. Like even I found like an old YouTube video that I like had made with a friend of like a gaming video, and just like listening to it from like grade like 8 probably to now, and I'm going like, holy crap, thank God this isn't published, because if it was, like, I'd be canceled before I even started.
Well,
What
and
kind of things
truthfully,
are you
sometimes
saying?
you don't even get the luxury
Yeah.
of saying the stupid shit.
Yeah.
I had commented on something from my personal Instagram account, wasn't rude about anything, just like basically opposed this guy's argument of like he was very much, COVID's not real, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, can we see your peer-reviewed research paper on this? Like, please share some of your statistics with us. I wasn't a dick about it. I gave him like the funny guy spiel where I was kind of like backhanding him a little bit. And dude went to my profile and saw that I had my comedy Instagram in it and started tagging places I play, going like, this guy's a racist, this guy's a homophobe. I'm like, I didn't even get the luxury of saying that shit. And this site goes out there
You're
tagging
like,
people.
I'm
Unfortunately,
Iranian and I'm gay. What are you talking
it
about?
didn't- right. It didn't get very far before like people shut him down. But like, and fortunately, the places he did get to tag know me well enough to know that's not my scene. But
Yeah.
but I was like, if this guy goes to like LinkedIn and shit and starts
Oh my
fucking
goodness,
tagging my
yeah.
employer, like, hey, this guy said all this shit. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, people are nuts, dude. People are nuts.
I'm not sure what the bigger
Yeah.
divide in our country is now, if it's race or if it's masks, because there's a pretty big divide over both.
Honestly, it's sensibility. That's the big one. People are they're fucking dumb and they don't want to think about anything. And, people get their news from Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
They lack the ability to have critical thought and be smart enough
only
to find
get
out
my
what
news
the real information is.
From Facebook only, exclusively. It's the only spot I check. And so it's only the 13 people that are in my zone right now, because whatever the algorithms, whatever, like, so, I mean, I have 9,000 friends, but I only know 4 of them on my Facebook every day. It's the same ones. And I keep silencing them. I'm like 30, you get 30 days off, you're cut off. But like, boom, they're just right back on there. So it's crazy.
The silence or mute feature is so good. Like I was friended by a comedian from LA, and she started in with the Trump posts almost immediately. I was like,
Okay.
like, no thanks.
Oh,
And I find that's the easiest way is just to not engage it, because you
Yeah.
can't, when people aren't talking about real facts or real information, you can't have a two-sided conversation with them to say, hey, meet me in the middle on something. If they don't believe in the middle, there's no point.
Yeah. Well, and
You're spinning
especially
your
with
tires.
and especially with our industry, right? Where like you can't just delete somebody like that, because it's at the end of the day, there's still a contact. Like, and
Yep.
yeah, that's the weirdest part about the industry, I find, is that it's like, oh, I don't agree with a thing you're saying, but I might need you to back me up one day, or I might need a gig from you one day, and it's
social media.
oh yeah.
It's made stalking my ex-wife way easier.
I think that's probably originally what it was geared for, was it not? Was that not?
Is that why it was developed? Because Mark Zuckerberg was jealous of his little
Yeah, he
tartlet
probably
or whatever
was
at
locked
school?
in a room listening to like the
Well, no, it
Smiths or some
started,
shitty Morrissey song and just started building out software to stalk people.
Well, like, if you believe everything that you see in the movies, like The Social Network, like the website that he developed prior to Facebook was all that his girlfriend had broken up with him. And then from there, it was exactly that. It was like, he basically built a left or right side, like the original Tinder almost, like who's hotter.
Right.
And then from there, stole allegedly the Facebook idea.
Borrowed.
I doubt he stole it. He seems like a really good guy.
Oh yeah. Lizard people own everything. It's fine.
Oh, I love lizard people.
Updated. You can share the
Oh,
video.
I can share it now for my mom so she can check it out. My mom always likes to watch what we're doing.
Oh, my mom hates anything I do on here.
Wow.
She's blocked on everything. Or
That's
she
all right.
blocked me, actually.
Oh, that didn't work.
That's amazing.
I was
Maybe
gonna
I
say
need
you should send your mom the link. But
discard it.
Are you guys throwing anything up on Instagram for this?
I don't know.
I put something on Facebook.
Yeah, I made a story post. But yeah, I probably should make an actual post. You just messaged me that thumbnail, David?
Oh,
I can.
it doesn't come up on mine. It comes up as the old one. I don't know.
Oh well. Hopefully it changes.
Let's see here. Discard. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I like that the first thought that comes into your head is to hum the McDonald's commercial jingle. It's fucking sensational. That's like the thinnest thing you can possibly do.
Yeah, getting canceled for that too. Jesus.
Getting canceled.
Getting canceled for the McDonald's song. We all eat there. Just admit it. Everybody eats
Oh,
there
God.
sometimes. Like,
Dude, you don't get a body like this with lettuce, friend.
self-righteous, fucking non-McDonald's eating motherfuckers. Can we swear on
I
this?
try to stay away.
Edit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that. I've been trying to work clean like Emile for the last 3-4 fucking days. I'm not gonna get corporate gigs. It's just I have accepted it. It's just not in the cards for me.
Well, yeah, I laughed at right after we talked about that there was that message that I messaged you about.
Oh
being like,
yeah, for
"Wanna
that
do this
corporate gig.
corporate thing?"
I forgot to message them back because I'm irresponsible. But yeah, so I need to message them
That's fine.
back.
I sent them a message I sent them a message and just said that I was sending it your way and that you'll be in touch.
Oh,
Just so that they
perfect.
didn't think that we left them on red.
Yeah, you should message them back again. Not should. It'd be nice if you did. You don't have to, but I'm probably not going to message them because I'll forget about it. But if you message them back and kind of say like, "What were you looking for? What do you really want?" And then maybe we could get maybe I could just do the show, but I could just host it, like just introduce comics that won't fucking swear every 2 fucking minutes, maybe, and then they'll have humor that's not about, pussies and blowjobs or whatnot.
Or
Then I
you could
best.
just replace every
What
word
was
you
the-
say with like a different word.
What are you looking for is the greatest question for corporate comedy ever.
Yeah,
We're looking for someone with a ratio of like 3-to-1 for N words per minute.
Yeah. Yeah, but I bet you. I mean, we have 1 or 2 like comic friends of Silly Side that do clean, so we could, Emile, do you know any clean jokes?
Yeah.
So you're not
don't
one of
think-
them, but I mean, we'll do a dirty show somewhere.
Yeah, you don't.
The look on
really-
your face is honest. I appreciate it. All right, one last try here.
Yeah, it's still even on the YouTube is showing up as the old photo.
I changed it. It might take a second to update.
Yeah. That's fine.
I'm going to share it from Emile's. There we go. He's on it. So stupid.
Is your phone? Is the cord only that long?
I
or
don't
something?
even know
Like,
what's
why are you
happening.
holding your phone?
I don't know. Oh, good. 3 people are watching. Hi, guys. Nice to see you.
I'm
Well,
one of
don't
them.
get excited. One of them's me.
Oh, shit. We're
Yeah,
watching
another.
ourselves.
It's all
I'm
three.
just trying to bump the numbers, kid.
There's 3 of us. They're all us.
That's fucking amazing.
Well, I think it's time to have. I'm gonna drink some whiskey. That's what time it is. It's Whisky
Yeah.
Wednesdays.
It's good time.
I've got a little bit of whiskey here. My wife got me some red label Johnny Walker. So these aren't black
I don't
label
drink. You
times.
can take
people.
one for me.
They're not. These are red label times. These aren't black label times. We don't have that Drake money, so. I mean, still name brand. Life ain't that bad.
Oh yeah.
No name whiskey.
No
It's
name
not,
whiskey,
you're not down
buddy.
to swill.
No name whiskey in Canada. That's like Crown Royal, I think, isn't it? It's like Canadian.
thing.
No, Canadian whiskey. Canadian Club would be like
Canadian Club.
maybe. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the whiskey. I just started drinking it last year. I never had a taste for it, but I developed a little taste for Scotch, and then I became a comedian. No longer had Scotch money, and now I've developed a taste for whiskey. And that's
You're
that.
maturing.
Yep. Good times. What kind of cocktail are you having over there, Bennett?
I've got my girlfriend made an apple pie moonshine that I've got a glass of going.
Isn't that nice?
That sounds exotic.
Fancy.
Wow. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I'm drinking water from a Culligan jug that's on the floor.
Oh, that's the prime time, buddy. I like it. So, gentlemen, this is our big Whisky Wednesday show. What do we have planned? I'm excited to hear what it is.
Were you even talking TikTok or comedy in general?
No, I think Bennett and David have like a bit of a game plan for us. They
Oh, we
prepared.
kind of have a little bit of
They
something
prepared
going.
some things for us.
Yeah.
I was thinking
a little bit.
we could kind of save the game for a little bit later
And
on.
save the
But
game.
we could start out with it if you guys wanted to.
Well, it's a
start
good
out
way to
with
break
it.
the ice is to see what you
Okay.
guys got going, right? I mean, you guys got some.
Lot of
You're gonna surprise us with some things.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Yeah, maybe people at home will be thinking of different things that we should be doing on Whisky Wednesdays.
So I'm not sure how this is gonna work on here, but I have this game called it's called 5 Seconds Go. So I'm gonna be like you'll each take turns, and so I'll ask you a question and you'll have 5 seconds to name 3 things or like answer the question, whatever the
Shit.
question is.
So we're gonna do this little game, and we're gonna answer 3 questions quickly.
Basically.
Well, Emile said he had nothing else to do, so I mean,
Here we are.
the bar's low. The bar is low. We're.
The bar is pretty low. Okay.
Hey, by the way, before we get going, guys, I'm Brent Sills from Silly Side TV. This is Bennett, the producer. We have Emile from. Are you in Ottawa?
Yeah, Ottawa, Toronto, whatever.
Ottawa, Toronto, that sort of stuff. We have David, the producer, over here as well. And then we have in the bottom left-hand corner of my TV, we have Adam. Guys,
What's up, everybody?
what's going on, everybody in Twitterland or wherever you're looking at us from? Whatever, if you're watching us on cable, thank you for watching us on cable. If not, if you're catching us on YouTube or Facebook, cheers to you.
Truckers Trekking with Trucks is in our chat and says, "Yo, Adam."
Oh, nice. What's up?
Truckers trucking
Yeah.
with trucks. Wow. That
Yeah, so
reminds me
that's
of like trailers
what I was gonna say,
have trailers.
the first podcast I was on. A couple pro-Trump Mexican guys out of Tucson.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're illegals too. I don't know how they could
Right.
be for Trump, but
Unpopular today.
yeah, yeah, they must be going crazy.
Man.
Oh,
What?
somebody just messaged us and said they're down to get on.
Well,
Yeah,
it's too
What's
late.
his name? No, what's his? Yeah, Ben. Ben wants to get on.
Ben?
Yeah.
Fucking Ben, you're late, man. You want to get on now? You're sitting home now by yourself on the couch, and you're like, I've done all the Pornhub I can do for the day.
I'll send it the link.
I'm gonna call in to the Silly Side TV show. That's fun.
Yeah, I wonder what he's been up to.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, we accidentally posted his video, I think, but I took it down.
Oh, good.
But we
Oh,
accidentally
that
did.
Ben.
Yeah, that Ben.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, Ben McKay.
Yeah, Ben McKay.
Yeah, he's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I thought it was that other guy that.
Oh,
we're not
no.
going to say his name, but he wasn't that funny.
no,
I mean,
he
but, he tried hard. He meant well.
And he's probably not watching. So
No, he's not watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. I just sent him the link, so he should be in a minute.
Awesome.
If it totally ruins the vibe of the screens, it's going to be where does the fifth screen go? I don't. Right now, I got.
I think it like drops one below.
Drops one below.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna get kicked off at some point.
Yeah, we'll get
100%.
kicked off. That's all right. It's like pirate radio. I feel like
past the 40-minute mark. I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think it gave us that pop-up message that was like, "You love us." So
Okay.
I didn't see one. Maybe we got.
We're running with the devil, people. We're running with the devil.
yeah, I don't know. That's fine. I'm not gonna question it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Hey Bennett, is that giraffe like official Toys R Us merch, or is it like a bootleg from China?
I think it's a bootleg from Amazon. It's my few animals guard the bar. You know, make sure that nobody comes in, steals my liquor. It's,
How long have you had
what
it
we
for?
do during COVID.
Are you 100% certain it's not to lure children into the bar?
No, it's not that. No, I don't share my liquor. Are you kidding me?
What is this, a comedy show?
Yeah. No, it's like the people who like on Halloween are like, oh, like they're gonna sneak edibles into like your kids' candy bags. It's like,
What?
we're not. Like,
Oh,
too expensive.
that happened to me. No,
That happened to you? What?
Not
Where?
like while I was
what-
trick-or-treating.
I want to
Did-
go to that
do
house.
You guys,
What?
have you guys heard of the what fair is it? It's the one in Galt.
The Galt Fair.
Yeah, that fair.
All right.
They all the candy there was like I think it
Laced?
had, yeah. And I ate a lot of candy,
Wow.
and I was so high, and I had no idea why. I was like, I haven't smoked today. Like, I don't know what's going
Wow.
on. And then some kind of news article came out about like someone that was lacing the candy, and I was like, oh shit,
Wow.
that makes sense.
Somebody had a lot of lace left over,
And
like
it was
lying
cheap.
around.
It was super cheap.
Mm.
I'd
Interesting.
honestly buy it again.
Good times.
Who's gonna answer the questions first?
Oh yeah, I was kind of waiting for Ben, but we'll honestly just start without him.
It's fine. We'll get them started. It'll catch up.
So, Bennett, do you want to play too?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Okay, so we'll say there's 4 people playing. We'll say first to 5 points wins.
Sure, whatever.
Who wants to start?
I win. Let's have Emile start.
Okay, Emile.
That sounds awful.
I know. You're the bullet, buddy. You're the bullet.
Let's do it up.
Okay, Emile, I need you to list 3 card games.
Three.
Hard,
Yeah.
Crazy Eights, Go Fish, Poker.
Okay, well, technically the timer was out, but we'll count that as a practice run. I'll give you an extra. I'll give you another one.
Well, then I'm gonna need you to fucking speak up. Use your big boy
okay,
words here.
sorry. I need you to list 3 types of coffee drinks.
Latte, Frappuccino, Cappuccino.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Well done.
Okay. It is now Adam. Do you want to go next?
Yeah, let's do it. I used to be good at Jeopardy, but I don't know. Hopefully, I can do this.
Okay, Adam, I need you to list 3 grocery stores.
Zayre's, Food Basics.
you're out of
Fuck
time.
was the only cheap ones.
So close.
Zayre's Basics, Walmart, I guess. Yeah, I was
close.
over 5
You were
seconds.
Oh, the judges will count it. We accept.
Yeah? All right.
Count it. Okay, Bennett, I'm going to need you to list 3 books. Go.
Anne of Green Gables, Twilight, Harry Potter.
You got it. You got it.
What's with all? Wait a second. What's with all this wife talk?
We need to unpack this.
That is not a married list of books.
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
That lady got
Harry
in
Potter's
trouble, didn't she?
solid.
That Harry Potter lady got like busted for being nice or something, or mean or something.
J.K. Rowling?
Yeah.
Oh, J.K. Rowling. Yeah, all the
She's canceled.
transgender stuff came out about her.
What was it?
Homophobic,
She's
yeah.
into what? She's into what
Yeah.
gender? What happened?
No, she was just like, she's super like anti-transgender and was very much like, it was.
Well, tell her not to
it was
sleep with
brutal.
them.
Like,
Oh, she's like a
Thank you,
denier
Mary.
though. Like she denies they
Yeah.
even exist. She's like, that's
Right.
not a thing.
I think
You know.
anybody should be able to deny anything they want to deny.
I can think of a couple things that deniers don't really. You don't want to be denying them. That's not a list you want to be on.
No, I don't want to be on that list, but I just want to have I just want to have the same like tenacious ability to not like I don't have an opinion about that. I'm good with it either way, but like my opinion is like I'm not going to sleep with that person if I'm not into them, regardless of what they're into or what they are.
But,
I mean,
but what if your opinion was that person doesn't even exist?
oh,
because of how they feel?
I mean, I guess, man, because you meet some people and they're like, and they don't, you would feel like they think, yeah, like, do aliens exist? You're like,
And the crazy part is, this bitch fucking created Harry Potter, and then she's
one
telling
of,
people
one
what's
of the
real and what's
largest
not.
series
Yeah,
of all
I
time.
created an entire world of fiction, but I have an issue with this as being real or not real.
Weird.
I
Asshole.
really liked the ride for that show. The ride at Disney
that
is
show.
unbelievable. That Harry Potter
I
ride,
have a
show.
wand still from
Universal. Sorry,
What
yeah,
kind of
Universal.
wand is it? What kind of wand?
It was like the one that like chooses me. Like it was
Oh,
based on my
okay.
birthday.
Aw. It's so nice.
Yeah.
My son got one
Back
of those
in the
too.
days when you could travel.
Did you guys know nobody actually dies at Disney? They have some kind of clause that nobody's ever declared dead at Disney until
Sure.
they get off the property.
Okay, smart.
Weird shit. Like the kid that got eaten by the alligator for some reason.
He died at
Yeah,
the
not until you
hospital.
leave the park.
Did you know that Did you know that Disney bought Pornhub?
No, I didn't. Is that a bit you're working on, or is that real?
It's a bit that I have on the internet, but it is something that I read because like they bought like Viacom or something, and Viacom owns Pornhub, so there was a lineage to it, right? So it's true, it is true, and that's what happened. So, and then my joke about it is that they're diversifying their characters, and I go on about the perverted things that I think about Disney characters, which after I thought about it was quite a lot.
Isn't there hidden dicks in the background of all their movie titles and everything?
They're not really that hidden.
They're not that hidden.
No, they're not that hidden.
Okay, Ben meant for a future one that he'll
Yeah, I
join
just
up.
saw that.
Yeah.
Brent.
Oh dear.
Yes. I'm gonna get you to list 3 fast food chains. Go.
My favorite ones or like the funniest
And
ones?
you're out of time.
Like my
It's called 5 seconds. Go.
Just name the 3 you ate at today, Brett.
Harvey's, Wendy's, and Dairy Queen. Not
There we
in that
go.
order. Not in that order. Emile knows how to trigger the left side of my brain. You see, David. I don't speak your language. I only speak comedy.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Wasn't Chick-fil-A getting a bunch of slack over homophobia or something too?
They
Yeah,
were,
they're
but I
pretty
went
big
there and it
piece
was
of shit.
so good.
Yeah, they get a pass.
Yeah?
Yeah,
They're
fuck,
pretty
it was
good.
good. I was like,
Take it a pack.
yeah, I was like, sorry, gay people or whatever. Like, this chicken's fucking good. So
Chick-fil-A,
yeah.
Chick-fil-A's dripping. They're definitely not dry, right?
Oh my god.
They're not dry. Emile, I learned yesterday what dripping meant. Like for young people, the dripping is like it's clothing. It's good. It's dripping, and if it's bad, it's dry. But I didn't know. I mean,
I had not heard the dry part. Drip, I'm familiar with.
yeah, I thought it was a venereal thing.
That kids of a certain age would not know that. You and I would know that.
Yeah, it's a shot of
But
penicillin.
I don't think anybody's referred to it as the drip since like 1983.
right.
Coming
But I was
back,
like
making a comeback.
making a come back. Rough trade. Still funny, but rough trade. Do you guys ever go to the clinic and have to get your woohoo like checked out, like, and they gotta like put that little Roddy thing up there? You don't have to answer if it's uncomfortable for you. But me and my friends went to get that one time because one of them was feeling some burning sensations, And we went there, and he went first, and me and my other friend didn't go in. We could hear him.
Oh, it's like going for the group tattoo, and when the first guy's in, the other people fucking leave.
Definitely. Yeah, I have no tattoos. None.
Yeah, I thought we were all getting dicks on our forearm.
Oh,
Just you.
Just you. You can turn into a Disney character, don't worry.
Yeah, there you go.
Was there more to that story, Brent, or you were just there for support?
Just for support, buddy. Just for support, yeah.
Emile, I need you to list 3 things that you'd find in a purse. Go.
Lipstick, wallet, cell phone.
Got it.
Nice.
There's like a song that's like keys, wallet, phone, something.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is? And they were saying they're gonna remake it and make like keys, wallet, phone, mask, bum bum bum, like whatever that is. Like,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
It's like it's part of my pocket check now, though. Like it used to be like, yeah, I've got my keys, I've got my wallet, I've got my phone, and now mask is another pat. Like it messed me up for a while because it'd be like, it threw my rhythm off because it'd almost be out the door.
Yeah, and then you have to go back because you forgot a mask. That's the worst when you get somewhere, and then you have to turn around and go somewhere else because you don't have a mask.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I think everybody was doing it at the start, but now I've got so used to it now that I get home and I forget to take the mask off. Like I have the thing around my neck at home, even at home. I don't know. I'm getting used to it. I'm conforming.
Conforming, yeah. I'm not an anti-masky person. My wife's in healthcare. I know the realities of the actual things that are happening. Even some people say they aren't, but I know like what's happening because our friends work in these places and stuff. And so like there's real things that are happening, but then there's also the response to it is also really shitty. So it's like I know it's a true health concern without question, it is, but our response to it has not been great. And it's like that's the challenge. And we're so Canadian that we're just like we just want to like, well, let's have a little chat about it, but it's like it's weird. Yeah. Being locked down is a strange phenomenon.
I don't know what to think at this point, what's really going on. Yeah. A lot of conspiracies and shit.
Yeah, there's always those conspiracies.
I think that like not super conspiracy, but I think that it's like, you know, when anything ever happens, you get to react to it and you choose how to react to it and based on your wants and the desires at the time. So it's like if people in certain political power positions have an ideal of something that they want or something that they have a vision for, and then something happens and it looks like there's a way to get it by doing this, it's like, I don't think these things are like, oh, it's a conspiracy. It's like, no, this happened and then we responded to it this way instead of that way because of these things. And it's like, you can kind of, you know, follow it along and it's not so divisive. It's just like, well, you know,
kind of like
I don't know.
Like they used it for other purposes almost.
Yeah, like
they
not used it, but it's like it unfolded in a way and your belief system wants these things. You're like, well, you know, I could increase, you know, taxes or I could do this or do that because I can justify it because of this, because of that. Like there's all these weird things that seem to float around that normal people, I guess, don't have a say in. Or I read something really good today that was a sentiment that I picked up a few weeks ago when I was getting frustrated with the political stuff, all the posting and stuff is too negative. And this gentleman posted, he says, okay, so there's a new team in power now, time to learn the new rules. Let's get ready for another great 4 years. And so like as an investor, which, you know, I'm an investor, you look at that and you go, that's the way to look at it. I don't care who's in power. I mean, I care. I don't want bad things to happen. But you're like, okay, this is what it is. These are the rules now. Time to buy into some green fucking companies. You know, it's like we're buying electric now, right? This is what we're doing for the next couple years. I'm buying in and that's where we're going. And then, you know, and if it changes later and it's like, hey, we're putting that pipeline in now, great. Now I'm buying into coal, like I'm buying into oil, whatever. Like, you know, adjust with it. Don't stress about what's going on because I can't. I mean, I can make one vote, right?
Well, and I think the biggest challenge, you know, with people who believe conspiracy theories is that collectively they're fucking retarded.
Like
that's the big challenge. Like it's never real smart people who are like, yeah, there's the Illuminati's a thing. No, it's stupid fucking people are believing that shit. but that goes back to what we were kind of talking about before we went live. Like, if people are getting their news exclusively from Twitter and Facebook, chances are they're a gullible piece of shit.
And your
What
circle,
about Alex Jones?
but your circle becomes these people that like if you're a dumb shit, and then all your friends around you become dumb shits because like that's you all share the same sentiment. If you keep liking something, you keep liking it, well, then the people around you that like it become your little core. And if you watch your social media feed, you're like, oh, there's only really 15 people on there that I see on a regular because we all like Kung Fu, because we all like investing, and because we all like comedy. There's my friends that are on my Facebook feed. And so I don't see anything other than their belief system, which is close to mine. It's weird.
I gotta feel like that's a pretty thin group, though. People don't like Kung Fu, comedy, and investing.
There's only you, my other friend, Mark. How you doing, Mark? Nice. It is a thin group, buddy. I'm lonely.
Do you guys buy into Alex Jones at all?
No.
No?
Come on.
You don't believe that the water's turning the frogs gay?
Wait, what?
I mean,
Gay
So listen to
frog.
this.
listen, the frogs were born that way, buddy.
Oh, nice. That's a good one. But
You're saying when the frog was an adolescent, he didn't get sat down and go like, you have a choice to make. You like boy frogs or you like girl frogs. I mean, it's just the way it is. You're either into Miss Piggy, but then you're into Miss Piggy. What the fuck's that? That's not even your species. What is he? But I still love him. Kermit's my favorite.
so grade 6, I had to do a project. This is like 1996.
If
and
you
it
talk
I
about
did it on,
touching your poop, I'm going to kick you out of here so fast.
So the internet just came out, and I started doing this like pollution research, and it's on these frogs, and they're evolving with extra sex organs, extra eyes and shit. Crazy, like pollution is fucking up a lot of the water fucking animals, man.
And the frogs.
This is a long time ago when it was happening, so.
That's.
I enjoyed that laugh. David and I laughed really hard. That was awesome.
I think my question is, how do you know the frogs are gay and that they're not just fucking girl frogs?
Well, it's if they come on to you or not.
It's whether if they're wearing chaps, David, they're gay.
The research that I did was mostly
I have
like
chaps.
being extra organs, like extra sex organs, and so like they were hermaphrodites, maybe not gay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Maybe I
Your
can
eye.
see that, but
Hey,
maybe not
all
making-
I'm saying is having both parts wouldn't be a bad thing.
Not at all.
Seriously. Like, you would have, like, so many more options.
That's
You'd be
true.
like,
Especially if one can reach.
Well, and you got
100%.
both the pieces of equipment, and you know your way around both. You're winning in life.
You're winning. Like, it's in. Like anybody that would say, like, I don't want that, you're ridiculous. Man. You could make your own baby. What, that baby would be weird, eh? That baby would be fucked up right there. Yeah. But we need to know. We got to see. Whisky Wednesdays is off the rails, David.
Oh, yeah.
Whiskey
Yeah,
Wednesdays.
we're not getting monetized on this one.
We're not getting. We might get sponsorship
Yeah.
from some
Maybe
very
some-
odd people.
I might have been able to choose a different word when describing the people who like conspiracies. Sorry about that, fellas.
Tell me how you really feel, buddy.
We'll
Tell me
fix
how
it
you
in
really
post.
feel.
I buy into the frog, but that's all I buy into.
Yeah. So I just this Thursday, I have a Zoom comedy show, which Emile was expressing how much fun those are, and
I won't be on it, is what Brent's saying.
yeah, Emile won't be on this one, but it's been an interesting trajectory because for me, Emile, like, how long have you been doing comedy, Emile?
It'll be 2 years in February, but you gotta probably wipe 6 months out of that because we've had to sit at home like assholes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so let's say 18 months shortly here.
Okay. We're on similar time frames then, because I'm like a year. I'm at like 9 months right now, so you're like double my time frame, but I mean more or less in the same frame. But so like I got started and then it was over, right? Like, I did like a month of comedy. I did one open mic in Ottawa. That's where you and I met at that
Yep.
Naked Cat Fluffy Kitty.
Meow, that's hot.
Meow, that's hot. That's what it was.
You were close. You were in the
Yeah.
neighborhood. Great
Yeah.
guys, by the way. The folks that run that joint are fantastic.
They were fucking awesome. That place was like, for one, the bathrooms were clean as fuck. I mean, in a place to do comedy, and the place was clean. I mean, it was tidy. And I was like, this place is nice. And my wife came, and we had drinks at that bar, and she was so nice to us, that lady that runs it. Yeah, it was great. I love that spot. Yeah.
I thought you were about to say your wife was so nice to you.
My wife, she was very nice to me.
Yeah,
she
that's good.
helped film the thing, and I got to do my one and only comedy anything in Canada at that spot with you that night, and it was awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You did your special here too.
What's that?
You did your special in Canada.
That was later. Like that was later. Like that was the
before like everything closed.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, yeah.
March 12th, Emile. That's when that was. I just heard from the.
Was
From
the producers in your ear let
yeah,
you know?
Yeah. March 12th was that. Was when we did. That was the last for comedy, and then it was like over, right? Like.
Well, yeah, the world like shut down on St. Patrick's Day. It was like
Yeah. And Ottawa reopened comedy in July.
Yeah.
We got a green light to reopen spaces, and we ran really well until October, and then they shut it down again. And then we got back to sort of December, and then shut it down 3.0.
Yeah. I wish I came down and hung out with some comedians and did some stuff in July in the summer and stuff in Ottawa. We had already moved back to Cambridge, and life was upside down and backwards, and I was trying to figure this
Well,
stuff
that's a bit
out.
of a hike too, right? It's not like quite like darting back to Toronto. You're tacking on the extra 4 hours. And,
Yeah. It's a
it's not
grind.
quite as leisurely a jaunt.
No. So it was like, that was the only spot I got to do there. And then I started just doing Zoom shows because all my friends that I made when I was away learning how to do comedy were all on Zoom because LA and California was shut down, like really shut down like we are now. And they've been shut down that way the whole time. So they're just Zoom comedy shows all the time, every day. And the guy that I hooked up with down there learning how to do comedy was Dat Fan, and he's been running this I think he has 600 comics now that are like in his platform that he chooses from to do shows every.
That's cool.
Yeah, every two, like he does shows almost every night. I think Mondays is the only night he doesn't do a show. And I've been so fortunate that I was like there from the very first time he did that. So that I kind of like, I'm in this like original crew of people that were there, and we really kind of just, I mean, dude, it was just like in Ottawa, downtown, living in that fucking apartment, tiny little apartment. The pool's, I mean, I know I shouldn't be pity party, but the pool's closed, the gym's closed, the sauna's closed, everything's closed. And like, so you can't do anything fun, and you're just in this little apartment and just doing Zoom shows every day. And I was just like, this is.
It's weird that you added the gym to part of the fun list.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's nice to know it's available. I don't need to use it, but
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, exactly. It's nice to know it's there.
Yeah. So how was July up to October? Did you get lots of shows in?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super good. And, everybody came back with a vengeance. And Yuck Yucks was actually, for a stretch, running 7 days a week.
Wow.
So they kind of retooled the schedule, and they were doing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday as their new talent showcase and launching pad shows.
Yep.
And then Wednesday would be Trevor's pad instead of doing like 2 Sundays a month, he was doing every Wednesday for the first month back.
Okay.
And then the Thursday through Saturday would be your standard club headliner show. So they were back running, and they were doing great. I don't think any cases came from any of the places that were either A, dedicated comedy venues, or B, places that were hosting indie shows.
Okay.
Everybody was running a tight ship. Everybody had their cleaning protocols in place. Everybody was running multiple mics, distancing, limited capacity shows. And I don't know what it was like where you guys are doing it, but in Ottawa, everybody put up plexiglass shields.
Okay. We didn't
in front of the stage.
We just made it like, instead of 6 feet, we made it like 8-9 feet away. Like we just made it really far away, and we didn't do plexi, but like we would if we needed to like fill. But our capacity was so low that we had all this space that we're like, let's just back it up and then we didn't do the plexi or anything. It's
That works. Yeah, but like
budget.
they did everything they possibly could. They did everything right. You literally couldn't even go to these places and like stand by the bar because everywhere is like the requirement was seating.
Yeah.
And if you walked up to the bar and were standing there for any more than 10 seconds, staff would come over and be like, listen, I need you to sit down.
Yeah.
And everybody was really cool about it. And unfortunately, we just kind of got dragged into the selfish, stupid behavior of other people, which is normally how the world happens.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a guy there that night that I met you, and he lives in Kingston. I can try to remember his name right now. He's a single dad.
Jeff Nixon.
Jeff. Fuck,
Jeff
that guy's
Nixon.
nice. I don't know. Like, I don't know a lot of people. Like, he's a nice guy. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen much of his comedy or whatever, but like, he posts all the time. I like follow that guy. He follows me back. Same as you. Thank
His
you for
crowd
following
work's
everything
really
we've been
good.
doing.
It's pretty funny.
His crowd works good. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
really funny.
I like that guy. Jeff Nixon. Shout out Jeff Nixon from Whisky Wednesdays.
And when he doesn't have his kids, he will go any distance for a 5-minute spot or
Yeah,
7-minute spot.
yeah.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
uncommon for him to drive to Ottawa on a weekday night to get time
From Kingston.
and
Yeah.
head back right after the shows. So
Kingston was like 3 hours.
he's super into it.
Yeah. No, I'm going to get that guy at Silly Side TV as soon as when we're allowed to have an audience again. And whenever that happens, I'm going to be right on that guy. Yeah, I like his energy. There's certain people you meet and you're just like, I like that guy. I like Spencer too. That Spence guy that like runs that show.
Spencer's a character.
He's
He's
fucking
great.
hilarious, buddy. That guy is so much fun. So this guy
Yeah.
like Spencer is just like this. He's kind of like this. I don't, Spencer. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I love you, man. But like, he's like this dorky kind of guy, and he's like a combination of like Jack Black, but like into Pokemon in a weird way. Like, I don't know how to describe him, but I like that guy a lot.
Like imagine
That's
if
an
any
amazing
one of the
visual.
characters on Big Bang Theory was funny. That's
Yeah,
Spence.
if somebody on
Right.
Big Bang Theory was funny, that is so true. Yeah, that guy. So yeah, that guy's awesome. Because he got me on that one little show that we got to do, which was fucking awesome. That I'm so glad I recorded it because it was the only show that ever happened. And it was like, and then it was gone, and it was the only show my wife saw me do, which was a justification to like do all these, like run around, do these things, whatever. Everything we're doing now is like, that was the justification for it. If that night went shitty, I'd probably be like selling real estate right now in Florida or something. I don't know what I'd be doing.
So she's not the ex-wife we're talking about then, right?
No.
She's the current wife.
Yeah, she's the current one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that the taping went well.
Yeah, no, yeah, she's the winner. Or I am. So I don't know. It's hard to tell. Every day is different. What do you do otherwise, Emile?
I am in a very industry that's doing super well right now. I am in the hotel business. That is the appropriate face. It is in the fucking toilet.
Oh man, if you're not housing refugees, you got nobody in there.
That's pretty accurate. It's a lot of that. Being Ottawa, you're still getting a little bit of government stuff, but pickings are slim, man. There's a lot of people have eaten a lot of shit over the last 9 months.
There's good deals on hotel rooms right now in Ottawa.
They're trying to dissuade people from even traveling for that. Like,
I know.
Truthfully, when only part of the province was shut down, like when they shut down Toronto and Montreal,
Yeah.
we actually saw a huge influx of people from both.
Yeah.
Like the 2 weeks before Christmas, the Byward Market was packed, the malls were packed, like it was bananas. And then our cases started going up because everybody's bringing their shit here and all that jazz. So that's kind of the problem when people are like, oh, I can't believe they shut down everywhere. My home doesn't have that and whatever. It's like, yeah, because when they shut down the people in other places, they get moving, they get mobile, and that's how this shit spirals and gets
The
out of
virus
control.
is only
So-
for poor people.
Right.
Rich people don't matter. We just move. We just go. Oh,
That's it.
There's no COVID at the ski resort this weekend. We're going there. Off to Quebec.
Holy fuck.
Right?
The little park hills here, you go by them and there's like 1,000 kids tobogganing and shit. You look over and you're just like, cool. I guess it doesn't happen outside anyway. That's cool.
Yeah. There's planes
I
flying
heard somebody
in.
say that. I heard someone say that you can't get COVID outside, and I was like, I don't know how much. I believe that, yeah.
I mean, don't make out with people that have COVID. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Like.
Yeah, COVID's basically like mono was in high school.
Right. Oh my goodness.
When somebody gets it, everyone gets
I
it.
caught mono in high school. Fucking brutal.
Did you say you had mono in high school?
Yeah,
Oh,
lasted
you're
like
that
4
guy.
months.
Ugh.
Fucking 4 months.
4 months.
My gland was like swollen out, fucking huge. Yeah, it was terrible. Passed it on to one of my sister's friends.
I thought you said one of your sisters. I'm glad
Yeah,
you said
that cut
friends
out
at the
for a
end.
second there. Did not
Friends.
time, but
Sister's
Yeah,
friends.
that's comedy timing right there. I passed it on one of my sisters'
Friends.
friends.
Yeah.
you're the person that Pornhub's catering their content to.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
God,
it's
so
really
much
popular.
brother and sister. What the
It's
fuck?
so
I'm
weird.
not into this. I mean, I like the pictures, but I don't like the words.
It's very weird.
You got to take the subtitles and the sound off, and then sorry.
My executive producers yelled out, "Your sisters are lesbians." What does that have to do with this conversation?
That's fair.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. And they are, and they're lovely. And it is funny. I love gay people and my sisters. My dad was gay. One of my fathers was gay. Yeah. It's a lot on Whisky Wednesdays. Start drinking, start dropping all your secrets.
So what you're saying is you were the child of a frog.
Yeah, like my father had multiple personality disorder. He had like 17 people living in his brain, and
Oh, that's
so-
tough though. If that's real, that's tough.
That's real, yeah. And some of them were gay, and some of them were straight,
Fuck.
and some of them were men, and some were women. It was, you didn't know what you were gonna get on any given day. I'm good at crowd work.
Did he change voices with characters?
Did he ever change outfits? Sometimes he wore a dress
Oh,
because.
no way.
Oh,
Wow.
ugh. Good times, buddy.
What was
Yeah.
it like navigating that when you were younger?
When I was I didn't get sent to live with him until I was about 14, and I didn't know him until then. So at a perfect adolescent age, I got sent to live with this bizarre lunatic, and and most of the time it was just extraordinarily uncomfortable because I wasn't raised with the idea that like a man wearing a dress was cool or like whatever, right? So then parent teacher interviews were fucking weird.
Holy fuck.
But it probably opened up your mind to other lifestyles and how people live, and probably threw a sliver worth of empathy into your life.
I've met a ton of people that I wouldn't have met otherwise that are loving, caring, awesome people that I value like more than like you would imagine, that are like that other people might look at and go like, well, why the fuck would like don't fuck with that guy or don't fuck with that girl or that whatever they are, like, so it's like, so yeah, like that's like you learn that like people are people. They're not like
100%.
so it's like I feel like when I do my crazy comedy bits or whatever about whatever I'm doing. Did we lose a camera?
I think we might have.
We lost a camera. This is live, people.
Yeah, you just buried on us.
WKRP in Cincinnati. I got that right.
What?
Oh, but it holds up. I am telling you, it holds up.
Fuck, I love that shit. It's Les Nessman with the news.
Yeah, five-time award-winning.
Five-time
Thanks very
award-winning.
much.
It's the great turkey drop. My mom put that up not too long ago for the U.S.
Dude, that episode's from season 1.
Oh
man.
my God.
That's how good that show was.
People don't even know what we're talking about right
episode
now.
3 or some shit.
I have
And
no idea.
Man, it holds up. You know what other show I rewatched not too long ago that also really held up was Cheers.
Yes. Cheers.
Like Ernie Pantuso, Coach, might be one of the great
yep.
characters in television history.
Yeah. I liked it when
I'll try to
Coach
watch
and
Elf.
Woody were together.
What was that?
I liked Coach and Woody, the way they were
Yep.
together, like the way that he was like, like he was coaching him, like the way he was like, telling Woody what to do all the time. I like that. I like that a lot.
I was watching
It was an all-time classic.
the old Elf was really good. That little guy had some good lines. Somebody was writing his jokes for him pretty good.
One of the other ones that held up from like the early 90s was Married with Children.
Classic.
So
Love
many
and
devastating
marriage,
fucking
love
one-liners.
and
It's
marriage.
unbelievable.
The girl from that show, Love and Marriage, what's her name?
Don't look at me.
I'm looking at David. He was homeschooled. He doesn't know the fuck what. No, not the mom. The mom, Christina Applegate. The daughter, Christina Applegate. Man, hello. Whew. Even now, still, she is hot. The daughter from the Love and Marriage show, and the mom she did that motorcycle show, the
Sons of Anarchy,
and she was fucking dynamite. She was really good in that show.
Yeah, she's holding up good too.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Yeah, she has that rough stripper look, that rough, old, haggard, still tits that stand up straight stripper look.
The big scar between her tits there too.
Yeah, poor thing. Oh. Yeah, I like her. But Christina Applegate, hello.
Yeah. My dad would always, after my mom would go to bed, my dad would sneak me down to watch Married with Children with him.
Okay.
And I'd have to pretend like I didn't get all the big tit jokes and all that.
Right, yeah. I cover my eyes.
Yeah. It's a good show, really good show. I don't even, it would be pretty offensive nowadays. Having it on.
Oh, people would have hurt
It's
feelings
half
for
the
sure.
stuff they did in like 90s television they can't do now.
Yeah.
Like
None of it. You can't even do Will and Grace now.
yeah.
I
Brent,
feel
you
like
were
you
just
might
talking about-
still be able to get away with Will and Grace.
Maybe. But they need
I
some
was
like they
watching,
would need to darken up the cast a little bit. It's a bit whitewashed. They would have to.
They would if they
Right?
rebooted it a second time. They
Yeah.
might need a little more diversity.
Yeah.
I got hooked on watching these old public service announcements from like the 50s and 60s.
Right.
It's like back then homosexuality was like a disease.
Yes.
It was,
You gotta go get
contagious.
fixed. You gotta go to the thing.
Yeah,
conversion
you're a
camp.
predator, and it was crazy. And even if in this one case, this kid that was assaulted, he got charged and was put on probation after for being the assaultee after he was
Right.
molested by the guy.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
weird.
mean, how was
weird
he
views on
dressed?
homosexuality.
Slow
What's that?
down. I gotta unpack it. How was he dressed? Was he wearing shorts? Was it jean shorts?
Short with the shorts.
Was he wearing
guy was
khakis?
really
I
creepy
mean, if you're
looking. It
wearing
was
khakis,
obvious in the
that's
skit
kind of hot.
that,
I mean, with the pockets, all the extra pockets. I mean, how can I not get excited? I don't.
Put a lot of trinkets in there. Yeah.
Trinkets? What are trinkets? This is ridiculous. Whiskey Wednesday, boys. This is nice. What happened to McKay? Did
That's
he
a
not-
good hang.
Yeah, no, he's coming through next time.
Next time. He's going to pass through next time? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's busy tonight, but he meant like the next.
Shout out to Peter McKay's son, Ben McKay. I made that up. I don't know who Peter McKay is.
Yeah, I was about to
I think
say.
he's the progressive conservative guy that lost. Is Peter McKay? I think he lost to O'Toole, who had won the. He's going to be in charge of those people, whoever they are.
The
Whoever those
racists?
people
The
are.
race. He's going to be in charge of the racists, apparently. I didn't like that they.
Just the Alberta racists. The rest
just-
of the country is on their own.
I lived in Alberta for a number of years, and I'll tell you one thing. I want to say they're not racist. They're just like, they're just behind. They're like 10 years behind us on everything. It's like the internet slows down, and like they just don't get the news yet. And then it's just they're as good as anybody.
COVID has.
I
nothing
lived out
yet.
there for a number of years. I love those people. I worked out there. I had great experiences. I rode horses. It was amazing. I just watched a show about horses. What was it called?
Are the people of Alberta at least okay with the horses being black?
Yellowstone. Yellowstone had black horses, brown horses, yellow horses. It had all the different. It actually had no white horses, which I've noticed lately. A lot of shows don't have white horses. They have all the other horses, but they're missing out. Like there's an LGBTQ plus now, which I thought was for big people, but now it's for something else that I'm learning about. But I thought it was for plus bigger people, and I was like, bigger people need love too. But then I was like, why the fuck do they get all the letters? Where's the S's? Where's the straights? And if I was going to divide them, I'd be like, you can have the L. You got the L. You got the G. You got the G. You got the L. The T's kind of belong with us. I want the T's with the S's. I think the T's and S's go together. I'd like to hang with the T's. So, and then we got the Q's. Well, the Qs can go with.
I feel
Well,
like the
the
Qs should just kind of go.
no,
by
the Qs can go
themselves.
with the Qs can goes with the L's and the
Yeah.
yeah, they can go over there. But we get the S and the T's. Now we get the pluses because now it's equal. So we get the pluses.
I think it'd be nice
there's
if
a
they just
lot
started
more
in with the
pluses.
vowels.
Yeah, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, but not always.
There's the questioning right there. Sometimes why?
Sometimes why? Because it's dark. A hole's a hole. What are we gonna do?
It's dark. Hold on.
Everybody's so judgy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're all
Sorry.
either just having our whole
Wednesdays.
fill.
Whiskey Wednesdays at Silly Side TV. This could be the end of all of our careers in one episode.
Yeah.
Done.
I know it's going to be tough for me to throw away that $50 a year I'm making on comedy right now. Be tough to let that slide away.
Let that go. Yeah. How did we even get on this? We were doing a game.
We were
talking about-
doing a game, and we made it like one round.
We made
can-
one
We
round.
can go back to the game if you want, or we could just stay where we are.
Did I win though?
You were winning.
You were winning.
There you go.
He had an extra turn though.
Crown me the
You
champion
did.
of Whiskey Wednesday.
Yes. Somebody sent out a plaque to Emile saying Whiskey Wednesdays
Whiskey
champion comedy meant whatever. Make it sound really good so you can put it on his IMDb.
Can it be made out of plastic?
It's a credit. It counts.
Yeah, it's a credit. It counts. It's like print it with the print it with the digital printer thing. The thing that prints. What's
The
that called?
3D printer?
3D printer.
Yeah.
Print it with the 3D printer.
Yeah.
And we need a 3D printer sponsor at Silly Side TV, by the way.
And the Zoom sponsor.
Let's get a Zoom sponsor first,
Yeah.
then we can get
Zoom
3D
sponsor.
printer
Hey,
sponsor.
we've been going for like an hour. I don't think we need to Zoom
might have already
anything.
got
I think
one,
we've got
yeah.
it figured. I think
Yeah, we
don't-
might be all right.
Yeah, like we just do it until they say we can't anymore.
What's the Zoom sponsor? Just free Zoom?
Yeah, we just want somebody to pay $20 a month so we have Zoom, so we can do more shows. But until then, if we get kicked out, we'll just go, hey, Emile and Adam, do you mind if we call you back in a minute? And you'll be like, no, Brent, don't call me back. I don't want any part of you ever again. I feel remiss that I even ever liked one of your things, and now it led to this.
I try to support the cause. I try to like everybody's posts all the time.
Me too. Which makes all the likes you gave me feel way less worthful now.
Well, they're still working towards the
Still likes,
algorithm,
yeah.
man. They count.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why more people don't just fucking like and comment and fucking share. Like, what the fuck? Why are you so fucking conservative with your goddamn liking and sharing? I like and share, and when I'm at a comedy show, you know what I do? I fucking laugh because I'm there to laugh. I don't give a fuck. Even if you don't make me laugh, if I think of something funny while you're saying words, I'm gonna laugh because that's what I'm there for. Sorry, I got to get that out. It's the whiskey.
Contagious too. Gets other people laughing too.
It's the whiskey talking. Yeah. You see these fucking asshole comics. They go to they arms fucking crossed, just waiting, like daring you. I dare you to make me laugh. You can't. You can't make me laugh no matter what I do. And I'm like, you're right. I can't. I'm not even gonna try. I wish I never started comedy. Fuck you.
So are we going back to the game?
Yeah.
I think it
That was a mighty long pause.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Adam's turn, right? Yeah, it was. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Adam.
Adam.
I can't believe one of you was keeping track.
Yeah, we're trying. We're doing our best. Adam, I need you to list 3 phone brands. Go.
Fido, Telus, Rogers.
Adam
Are
did
those
not
phones?
understand the
You
question.
didn't
Can you
understand.
repeat
Those
it?
are providers.
Yeah, I'll give
Name
it
the
to him.
phones.
I'll give it to him.
Oh,
No,
okay,
The
okay.
phones, like, you know.
LG, shit like that.
Samsung, BlackBerry, whatever, yeah.
Okay.
Don't say
Well, you
those
just gave
ones.
me the other
Different
two.
ones. Sony, Frigidaire, whatever.
Frigidaire. Is that a phone company?
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a fridge company.
Really?
It's for cool conversations.
Bennett.
You want to hit me another question, or did I lose that one?
I think you got that one, but it's Bennett's turn.
Yeah.
Bennett, list 3 things that in your bedroom. Go.
A mirror, a dresser, and box of tissues.
The correct answer
what
is
a
shame, disappointment, and embarrassment.
A box of tissues.
A mirror and a box of tissues. What's going on at Bennett's house? Oh my goodness, disgusting. And your girlfriend's making you
That's
peanut
weird.
butter martinis? What are you having over there? Fucking peanut butter martinis.
Apple pie moonshine.
The
Apple
neck on that
moonshine.
giraffe's gonna
Apple.
look pretty good by the time you're done.
I can't wait until we can have like a company Christmas party where everybody gets to come. And because I'm not a friggin' asshole, I'm gonna invite like everybody, including their spouses. And like, because I went to a Christmas party recently, like, a year ago, and they didn't invite spouses, and it was so weird because they invited no spouses, and then they said, okay, first they gave us a big sexual discrimination bullshit fucking thing, and then they put us all in a room. They got a DJ and an open bar, and they're like, don't fucking touch each other. And I'm like, I'm not going to touch anybody. I'm good, man. Like, why are you talking to me? And then, like, it's nothing but 47-year-old and 39-year-old women that haven't been out of the house since prom. And they're like, they got the same prom dress on, but it's all falling out. And they're just, like, grabbing you like fucking vultures. And you're just like, ladies, just leave me alone. Didn't you read the thing? So, but I'm going to have a real good Christmas party where you can bring your spouses, and it's going to be fun and normal and happy. And you can grab up on the person you brought instead of grabbing up on fucking strangers.
With that in mind, Brent, list 3 oceans. Go.
3 oceans. Billy Ocean.
It counts. It fucking counts.
Counts. Ocean?
Yeah, the 5 seconds are.
Wait a second. Just slow down. You're counting too quickly. 5 seconds. I'm a comedian. I get 5 minutes minimum. You light me at 4. The fuck is this fucking 5-second bullshit? What other oceans are there? There's the Atlantic Ocean.
There's the Pacific Ocean.
Don't answer for me.
You should have gone with Danny Ocean and Ocean Spray, bud.
Ocean Spray. Ocean 11?
I would have counted.
Ocean's
that.
11, Ocean's 12, and
Ocean
Ocean
12, Ocean 13? Oh, fuck, man. Brad Pitt is handsome. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. Brad Pitt is fucking handsome. He is. And the guy that looks like him, the guy that like walks around that's got like the Brad Pitt hair and he's like a street person, fuck that guy. Brad Pitt is handsome. Yeah.
What street are you living on that's a thing?
I live on Queen Street.
Because the homeless people in Ottawa don't look like Brad Pitt.
No, I lived in the Byron Market. They do not. I didn't once see a guy that looked anything like Brad Pitt. Yeah.
So disappointing.
Yeah. A couple look like Angela Jolie, fucking crackheads, but yeah. But no Brad Pitt. You know what I did once, Emile, which is a funny story to me and not to many other people, is I own this little restaurant, and at one point there's a filming crew around my neighborhood, and I Googled like Brad Pitt for some reason that day, and I found a picture of Brad Pitt drinking the kind of beer that I sold in my bar, and I was the only bar that ever sold it. So like, I posted a picture of Brad Pitt drinking this beer, and then for the rest of the fucking 2 days was people coming into my restaurant going, "Was Brad Pitt here? Is he? When was he here? Was he coming back? Is he? Where's Brad Pitt?"
That's
and like,
funny.
it was hilarious for me.
That's marketing, baby.
Yeah, people came in looking for Brad Pitt. We did have, who was here? Who left their umbrella here? James Franco forgot his umbrella in my office. So, James Franco, fuck you and your smart ass working at New York fucking library, where the fuck you do, reading books, whatever you do. Fuck that guy. James Franco. Fuck James Franco. And I got your umbrella, bitch, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't come get it. If you came here, I'd give it to you. I'm Canadian. What, I'm going to say no? I'd be like, James, I kept your umbrella. I used it 3 times. I'm sorry. Here it is.
We should sell it.
We should sell
Just
James
come
Franco's.
on the podcast if he wants it back up.
Yeah. Him and that, what's that fucking guy that looks like my son? That is comedian? Seth Rogen. James Franco's friend, Seth Rogen. He's Canadian.
Super pumped that you didn't just say Pete Davidson there.
Pete Davidson. Do you like Pete Davidson? What's your opinion about Pete Davidson?
He's not for me. I don't love his work, to be perfectly honest.
Do you think he's
but
milking his dead
is.
dad a little much?
It's his only relevant material.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't love his last special. I didn't think the movie he did recently was all that great. But what the fuck do I know? I'm an open mic comedian.
Yeah. I mean, he came out of the Saturday Night Live crew, right? Like, he's one of the very
well,
few...
he's still there. Yeah, he's still
is he
doing
still there? Okay. I don't see much of his work there, I guess. They don't put many of his skits up.
Well, they don't use him a ton. Part of it is like Lorne Michaels loves him. Like he's almost like a father to like.
Oh, okay.
He kind of have to be,
like,
wouldn't he?
Davidson's. Yeah, well, exactly. But yeah, like I like the stuff Pete Davidson puts out, but like it's hit or miss. Like I feel like it either lands super well or it just bombs with him. Like there's no in between.
Comedy's a funny subjective thing. Like there are a lot of comedians that I think are kind of fringe popularity that I think are really funny, and there's people that are super popular that I don't necessarily get. Like the level of popularity that Bert Kreischer has right now is off the charts, and I gotta be honest, I don't get his shit at all. Like, and I even his podcast with Tom Segura is like enormously popular, and I love Tom Segura's material and work, but like the two of them together, I make it like 10 minutes through before just even the shrillness of Bert Kreischer's voice and laugh.
Two bears, one funny guy.
Yeah, right. That's at least
two bears, one funny bear.
Again,
one
this
funny
guy's
bear.
playing sold out shows and making shit tons of money, and I'm an asshole sitting in his kitchen on a podcast.
Machine, do the machine. Do the same fucking bit over and over again. Boring. Yeah.
But he has a lot of good guests. He's got a good group of comedian friends.
He's a Roganite.
Yeah, like so Big J Okerson and all those guys.
He has that access to that whole network. It's like their own little private club, which is great.
It's a pretty good network to have access to, though.
Fuck yeah. I mean, I didn't say I didn't want in it. I'm like, I'm going. I mean, I'm looking at property in Austin. Dave and I were just talking about for the podcast. We're like, well, if we're going to get a place in the States, it probably should be in Texas. David seems like this shy, cute, quiet little like producer guy behind the thing, but he's like, I'm just not just some guy, right? Like I know things, right? Like he has a voice that's like a combination of Fergie and Jesus. So like David's going places. So even if I fail as an artist, as long as I got him on a fucking 80-20 deal or whatever it is, I'm fucking set for life. Like I'm looking at new Bentleys, right? I'm shopping. I'm out looking at purses and man bags, whatever. I'm out there fucking looking at shit because I'm like, David is going to pay off whether he just produces one of my winning shows, finds one of an amazing comic and build a special around whatever David does, we're going to make money as long as we keep him under our leash. So that's what we're doing. Sorry you had to be part of that, Emile. I didn't mean you to be part of that big business talk, but
it's all good.
Emile, have you done any American gigs or have you just been in Canada doing it?
One small one. I did like an amateur night at a Helium Club in Buffalo, and it was so poorly attended that when I was there, they were like, "Okay, we were originally going to give you guys 5 minutes. Now it's going to be 3. We just want to fucking wrap this up and go home." But it was fun. It's always good to do it like wherever you can. I was in Europe the summer before last, and I tried to see what the scene was like in Europe to see if I could go up anywhere, just whatever. But it's surprisingly not as big a thing in a lot of big cities in Europe, and the places it isn't in English language, or if they are doing it in English language, they're charging a premium to customers. So they're like, we don't really want anybody that's pretty new. That's my limited international experience is an amateur night in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah. Brent, did you notice, like when you were in the States, was there a difference in the audience, like a Canadian audience and American audience?
Yes, 100%.
Any more hecklers or?
Yeah, so many more hecklers. Brent left. I'm not really sure where he went. So
Oh,
hopefully
shit.
yeah,
Didn't know he was gone.
yeah, he'll be back. I think.
So did you hear about like the I don't know if any of you guys have watched Tiger King, like because
Yeah,
what
yeah.
were you doing at the beginning of COVID? So he was so certain that he was going to get one of those presidential pardons yesterday that he had a limo like waiting outside of the prison for him. Like,
And they let the gangster rappers out, but they didn't let Joe Exotic out. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, like,
Good job.
like
wonder
I
how
saw
many-
that and I was killing myself laughing. Like it was just,
I'm surprised Carol.
Wonder how he
is still free.
got up the commissary money to get that limo rented, or who he had to blow to get it there.
Oh, I'm sure Netflix threw a few production dollars at that because if he gets out and they can film that as an extra episode, they cash in on all the bullshit that's associated with it. So for them, it was probably just the cost of renting a limo for an afternoon and having a camera crew ready if they needed, and
Yeah.
probably worth
105%.
taking a flyer on it based on
Actually would
what a
make sense.
ridiculous sensation that fucking show was when lockdown started.
Yeah.
Yeah, Netflix has no shame. They'll put out anything people want to watch.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
It's a business, man. That's the name of the game. Is
oh yeah.
if people were willing to watch it and buy subscriptions, then throw it on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's a great time to like be a writer, right? Like a screenwriter or whatever is like with all these streaming services, is you have a way higher chance of getting it produced and getting some money for it than like back in the day when you had to like try and push to like ABC or like
Movie
one of those.
theaters or something.
Yeah, I see a lot of low budget movies that I wonder like who's investing in these fucking movies, like who's putting the money into them because they're so bad.
Oh wow.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
I
they'll put
love
out
a
anything.
good bad movie. So like
I
it's
can't-
it's so good.
I got like 15 minutes through that Pete Davidson movie, and I was only watching it because I heard Bill Burr was in it, but I couldn't even. Yeah, I got 15-20 minutes in, and I couldn't do it.
It's a super long movie as well.
What's it called?
Oh yeah,
This is King of Staten
King
Island.
of Staten Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
In addition to being dog shit, it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes, I
Damn.
think.
Yeah, it's I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list to like try and go through, but it's
yeah. The first video, he made a few like good mental health jokes and a bit of dark stuff, but then yeah, I couldn't sit through it too much.
yeah, no, it's a very niche style of comedy he has for sure. Like it's interesting. It's like just even see like it is nice though to see somebody like that on a show like SNL though, right? Like that they're not like, oh, bye.
Is he? You think he's like
being
more
good looking, clean, or funny is not a requirement of Saturday Night Live anymore.
No, exactly. Which is great for a lot of people.
Yeah, he looks like he lives in his fucking car. Sorry, I said 2 hours and 45 minutes. IMDb says it's 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Still
So
pretty long.
you still got 2 hours left of it, Adam. Good luck with that.
Yeah, no. But his says stand-up special wasn't any better, eh?
I didn't think so, man. He had one like at the very start of it. He chisels Louis C.K. about being a narc when he hosted Saturday Night Live, and it's pretty funny. Apparently, Louis C.K. went to Lauren and was like, "This guy smokes pot way too much," and
I heard something about
basically
that.
narked him out. And he's got a little bit of funny chatter about that. But other than that, like I didn't think it was great, to be honest.
What's too much pot? I'm confused.
Well, right. Well, that's the thing, right? And even if there is such a thing, it's not really for anybody else to decide.
As long as you're getting the job done, I think then it shouldn't really matter, right?
That's it, bud.
So Brent, I was asking when you were gone there, did you find a difference from the American audiences and the Canadian? Like more hecklers in America?
I would say that, I mean, because I haven't had a chance to do any Canadian comedy, I've only done American comedy.
Your whole time was out there, eh?
Yeah, like I only did 2 shows. Well, maybe 4 or 5 shows. Maybe I've done 5 shows in Canada since I started. But 3 of those shows were in my own space where I own the space. So it's kind of like, it's not really fair. It's like, Like, who's going to chirp me? You know what I mean? It's like I have an unfair advantage. It's like I have high social value because it's like, hey, you're on your own thing. So, yeah, so I haven't had anybody chirp me. But I'd be happy if they did. I'd probably prefer it because it would be like, it would help me like develop those skills of like being able to interact with the audience, which is something I feel like I lack. I feel like in one way that like I'm acting when I'm doing comedy as opposed to interacting with the audience. So it's like, because everything we've done so far has been like in front of a green screen, you know, with just me and David practicing day after day, hour after hour, like just grinding it out, trying to get the words right, that like I only had an opportunity to see 3 or 4 live audiences with my material that I developed since I've been away. So it's like, and all the material I developed when I was away, which made its way into the stuff I'm doing now, was so like, you know, it was just so basic. Like it was like really, you know, it was the beginning. It was just like the first like 5, 6 sets, 10 sets, 20 sets, the first little bit of like figuring that stuff out. And then as I, you know, started doing the Zoom shows and then had this idea that I was like, I'm going to do my own special. I was just like, fuck it. And then people told me you shouldn't do that because you're going to destroy your, like, anything you think you have, you're just going to wreck because you're bringing out this material when it's not ready. And I'm like, well, maybe, but I put I screwed up the recording on my first day of comedy. So I don't have the first day. I have day 2 on my YouTube page. And then I have day, you know, 5 and day 7 and day 9, like just randomly throughout the first, you know, my first month or so of comedy. I just put them all out there because it's like, you have to suck before you get better. And this is me sucking, right? And most people's first special, they fucking suck too. So I'd rather have my first shitty, sucky special now when I'm 46 and then wait till I'm 50 and then have to wait, you know, who knows how longer before I can make another one to see if it's any good. Like, so I'm just kind of like a fuck it, do it kind of guy. I'm just like, do it. So, you know, I haven't seen any Canadian audiences yet. Hopefully they like me. I make fun of a lot of differences between me and Americans, or us and Americans, but you know.
Yeah, you go back and forth.
Yeah. But all my comedian friends, other than Emile, Jeff, and like 3 or 4 others, Freddie, a couple other Canadians, that Michael Moses, that guy, you know, just like a handful of Canadian people. Everybody else I know is American. They're all in LA and they're all, you know, working hard and getting, you know, TV deals and commercials and you know, are fighting for, you know, more time and more roles and stuff. So it's different. It's different to be down there.
I think that's one of the benefits that you'll find of having your own space is, like, for me, in terms of like interactions and crowd work, you know, because there are fewer opportunities within actual like proper comedy shows at clubs. I shy away from doing that for the most part and try and keep it to my material and work and get it done and stuff I know will mostly work. And then those indie shows where you're working stuff out, you would have the luxury of crowd interactions. 90% of the time it's just comedians there. So you don't really have that opportunity. So I think you'll find that having your own space and being able to put yourself on any of the shows that you end up producing once this is back up and running will definitely be something good for you, because if you do it and it goes shit, you don't have to worry about not being invited back to the next round of shows. You're like, well, fuck it. Good news. I'm back on the show next week.
Guess what? I can try again.
So I think that's something great for you that you should absolutely take advantage of. It's
play the cards you're dealt.
Put the effort in. What was that?
I said, play the cards you're dealt.
Well, and the fact that I think that's a nice little extra ace in your sleeve that you can use, and you've put yourself in a position to have that advantage, and I think it's a good one, and you should absolutely fully take advantage of it.
I agree. I thought I battled with it for like half a minute, thinking to myself like, well, is it like, are you cheating? And then I'm like, fuck cheating. I've been broke my whole life. I don't give a fuck.
Definitely is not, bud. It definitely is not.
Like,
it's you know.
You start.
You know, look at it this way: if it was somebody else's club and you knew the owner, would you not be like, "Hey, man, can I come on? I'll do bullet. I'll go first. I'll eat shit on stage. I don't care." Just let me come up and do it and do it and do it and do it. So you wouldn't be shy about asking a friend that. So I don't know why you would ever think twice about doing it for yourself. It's your fucking club. Because
the human brain is the way it's programmed. It sometimes makes things look like they, like it's like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, you have these weird feelings of.
Because you think that people will perceive you as cheating,
right?
Because it's your club.
Exactly.
Well, let me ask you this, man. Do you think that people that are doing the extended feature spots or headline spots on any given club show ever, any night of the week, are thinking, fuck, if I do another one of these, I'm taking an opportunity away from someone who wishes they could do it? They're definitely not.
Yeah.
So help yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking take those minutes and use them and use them wisely.
No, I agree with that 100%. It's like start from where you are. These are the cards I was dealt. I didn't ask for an empty place that was like, I wish it was full. And I wish we weren't under pandemic. And I wish that this place was full and paying its rent, because then I would have all the money to travel around and go to Ottawa and go to Toronto and go to LA and do comedy. But like now we don't. So we don't get the income, and, and now we're just, we're kind of just stuck here. So we're like, well, David, you're moving in. I can't use a computer. So we're making fucking podcasts and making shows and, trying to figure out how to make skits and try to figure out how to make fucking TikToks and how to make, like, we don't have anything else going on. Like this, like I had a massage today at 2:00, rough life I lead. Like that's all I got is Silly Side TV and massages and, whiskey and some good friends. I don't fucking need anything else, to be honest.
Just to clarify, jerking yourself off in the shower is not a massage.
I lie down. I'm old. I don't shower too much now. It's too much effort in the shower. I got my phone
first and
slippery.
15th of every month.
First and 15th. The 1st and the 15th is a thing where welfare used to come out in the States, used to come out on the 1st and the 15th. So there was like racial epithets and whatnot about like on the 1st and the 15th, you'd be like, you get to have McDonald's on the 1st and the 15th. You know what I'm saying? Like, the McDonald's the lineup ain't busy on the 3rd and 14th. It ain't busy. But on the 15th, the McDonald's is busy. That's what they're saying. Yeah.
That's when drug sales are always up.
Drug sales from our ex local drug dealer. Sales were up on the 1st and the 15th, but in Canada it would have been on the 1st and the 1st, because we don't have no 15th. We don't get no check every 2 weeks, right?
That's so weird that
David's losing. He's losing his mind. He's losing us on camera. He's like, why don't you put that camera on me and this camera on you? It keeps cutting out. It's ridiculous. I got those new batteries. Those new.
Can David still hear us?
Yep.
I just wanted to check with him to see if the neck tattoo was part of the benefits package at Silly Side.
I don't have one yet, so no.
We got a guy. It's a David, do you want to tell him what kind of tattoo it is?
It's a permanent one.
Nope. It's a permanent tattoo. There's no such thing as permanent, my young friend.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah.
What is it? What is the tattoo of?
Oh, it's a tattoo of a butterfly.
A butterfly. Nice. And what kind of butterfly is it?
It's just a regular butterfly.
No, it isn't. We talked about this the other day. It's a gangster butterfly, motherfucker.
It's a
Gangster motherfucking butterfly.
You guys want to see the only tattoo I have?
Oh, I don't know. I'm nervous around you.
It was really embarrassing, especially in jail.
Oh dear, don't. If you have to bend over, I'm gonna be uncomfortable. Oh dear. Oh, I can't tell. What is it? Is it a Jesus
If it's
fish?
a target on your rectum, the place is gonna fucking burn to the ground.
Wow.
So it was an ex's name, and then I met my now wife, and she got my name on her ass. So then I had to. Luckily, the
Did
last
that also
initial
happen
was
in
the
jail?
same.
Oh.
What's the tattoo? No.
No,
Oh,
the wife. Did you meet the wife in jail?
No.
Maybe when you call me, you can call me wife. Call me wife. That's my name. It's a love story. It is a love story.
David, I have another question about that butterfly tattoo, partner.
Shit, what's up?
Did the artist have to think twice about it? Had he ever done one not on someone's lower back?
Yeah, he actually he didn't want to do it at first. He told me he wasn't gonna
Weird.
do it Because it's my first tattoo as well, right? So he's like, I can't give you a tattoo on your neck for your first one. He told me to go home. And then I told him I wanted a butterfly. And he's like, sure, why not? Yeah. Like, it's not that hard.
Was it the
So
guy
his
over
first
here?
instinct was, this kid hasn't thought this all the way through.
Yeah,
You
that
came
was
back, and he was like, now I know you haven't thought it all the way through. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
basically.
Perfect.
He's like, I want a 9mm motherfucking butterfly. 9 with the clip. I want the butterfly with the clip. I want the.
It's weird that he didn't give you the bonus tattoo of the teardrop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For our fallen homies. I miss you. What's that clicking sound?
I don't think that's us.
Sometimes I hear like a click, like a click.
Somebody might be playing.
Is it
with the
that?
pen.
No.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking me. I'm fidgeting with some shit because I'm fucking
Are
special.
you nervous? Are you special? What's going on over there, buddy? You got your shirt? I like it. Clicking. I saw a show, a comedy show, and the gentleman. So basically, I went into a comedy club and I went in through the back because I'm a comedian and I didn't want to pay. So I went through the back and I go into this comedy club, and it's just it happenstance where I was standing because I was smoking a joint. I was outside. A gentleman pulled up to the comedy thing and he was coming in, and I just happened to be standing there, and I was a doorman for a lot of years. So like it wasn't even on purpose. It was just the way he pulled up. I knew to open the rope and let him in, and he was like fucking probably like 70 years old, and he walked by me in this like a 70-year-old suit. He was driving a Cadillac, like like a white, maybe like a DeVille, like a nice Cadillac, bigger car. Pulls it in. He walks through, and I wasn't performing at that show or anything like that, so I was just like a person, but I was hanging out. And then he went in, and then so I followed him in, and he went to the back of the room. I went to the back of the room. I kind of sat to the right. He sat to the left. And then it turned out he was the host of that show, and he would get up, and he was like, I mean, he must have been 74, 75, something years old. He would get up on the thing, and he would say, like, he'd go, okay, next up is going to be, Roger Waters is coming up. And he would snap his fingers. He'd be like, so I was with my wife tonight at Walmart, and she said, like, something. And everybody would laugh. Like, whatever he said, followed by whatever he said, like a joke. Like, he said, like, a punchline, and then he said, like, right? He said, like, a thing, and then a punchline, right? And then he'd snap his fingers, and people would laugh. And then probably by the 7th or 8th time he went up to introduce the next comic, he went up there, and he just went like that, and people laughed. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy on, right? Like, this was amazing. So I need to look up who he was. I know the date I was there, but I don't remember that guy's name, but what a cool cat that guy was. That story has nothing to do with tonight's show. I just thought I would share it. Do you have random weird like things that have happened while you've been traveling around doing comedy, Emile? I'm looking at you when you and you're just
I don't know about random,
but just these things that happen.
I don't know. I got sidetracked looking at the truckers trucking with trucks comment that says, "Yo, what's up, Corey Feldman?"
Corey
which
Feldman.
is actually a pretty good chisel.
I think you spelled your name wrong too.
Almost certainly.
Emile is pretty douche.
Corey's the
Who's
one.
Corey
Corey
Feldman?
Feldman's the
Bennett?
one that's still alive, right?
Yeah.
And Corey, what's the other Corey from Goonies?
Haim.
Corey Haim, the handsome one. He didn't make it. Yeah.
No, he had some problems, that
He had some
kid.
problems, yeah.
Um,
Probably a lot to do with the producers fucking him.
Probably a little bit. Brent, when you were in LA, man, did you get to go up at any of the Mondays at the Comedy Store?
No.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. I went
Did you try?
fuck yeah, I did. I went to the Comedy Store one time when I was in LA, and I went there only because every night I was there, I was doing comedy. And if I wasn't doing comedy, I did comedy every night I was there. So the idea was that, I wasn't going to go into the Comedy Store at all because I didn't want to go there unless I knew I could perform. And then after I'd been there for a month and I knew I was going home the next day, I went to the Monday, which is the open mic Monday. I went there for that, and I was the very first person to sign up for that night. And one of the guys that I met when I was down there that hosted a lot of the mics at the Fourth Wall, one of the ones I went to, which was like a working mic for comics to go to. I met this one guy there. I can't remember his name right now. It doesn't matter. But I can't remember his name right now. But he's awesome. He was there too, and he saw me, and he was just like a nice comedic brother, and was just like he knew I didn't know anybody there. And when I say like I was the first person to sign up, I was the first of 400.
Yeah, well, I
up.
know it gets like 200-300 on a regular basis.
Dude, I was the first of hundreds, right?
That's funny.
Hundreds.
And then you basically have to hang out for a couple hours till everybody's done signing up, and then
wait
they
and see.
pull it in. And you get 3 minutes, right? It's not even a full 5 or 7.
Yeah.
3, and for me, who's more of like a storyteller, 3's tough, dude.
Oof.
I don't know what the fuck I would do with 3 minutes.
So I signed up for that, and I signed up for the Kill Tony show, which is filmed on the same night at the Comedy Store, or was. It's no longer filmed there now. It's filmed in Austin, Texas, where Dave and I were just talking about going. But yeah, now it's filmed in Texas. But I signed up for that as well, and I had a moment with Tony. I had a moment with Tony Hinchcliffe, and you know when you know you
like a moment you guys locked eyes?
Yes, like a moment where we know we were in each other's presence without question. And if that other person denied, like if Tony denied that like it was enough of a moment that if he denied it happened and we were in prison, we would have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like it was a real moment. So like we were both in the bathroom together, right? We were standing beside each other. He was wearing a pink sweater. It was kind of gay, right? And I was like, and I was beside him, right? And I looked at him. And I was like, don't be that guy. Like, I mean, and one, like, it's not Tom Cruise. It's fucking Tony Hinchcliffe. Who the fuck cares, right? Like seriously, like I could like, I don't even know. Like, it's nothing. It's Tony, right? And for the most part, I don't even like him. I only know about him because of that show and because he's been on Rogan a number of times because he's one of Rogan bitches, right? He's like a Rogan under. He's like a Rogan bottom. He's a Rogan bottom, right? So I'm just like, that's Tony, right? It's cool. So I'm in the bathroom, I'm pissing, he's there, and I'm like, my dick's bigger than yours, whatever. And then I'm like, it's no big deal. And then I'm like, he's got pink on, right? I'm like, I would have pink on too if I had a small penis. And then I'm like, and we had that moment where we locked eyes, and I was like, you know, that just like, cool, right? We acknowledge that I have a bigger penis than you. We acknowledge that, right? And that's it, right? And then he left, and I thought to myself, fuck, I guess I should have got a picture.
With his penis?
No, just of like us together.
Men's room's not the place to ask for that. I don't.
It's not. I mean, if it was Clint Eastwood, I would have been like, sir, we need a picture. I'm sorry. Your penis is huge, but we need a picture of us together to prove to my friends. But like my friends don't.
Bathroom's definitely never the place for any interaction ever. I did a show at Yucks. It was a really full night, great crowd. Everybody was super hot. It was one of those great easy shows where everything's good. Did my spot, got down off stage, went to hit the men's room. And like, as I'm walking in, a guy's like finishing up and about to walk out. And he says, you know, good show. And he pats me on the arm, dude. And it's like,
like,
why would you do that? Like, that is absolutely, even if you just finished washing your hands, dude, don't put your hands freshly from your junk onto another person that is a stranger in a men's room. It was just, it was not kosher, as they say in the business. Didn't love it, and I would highly recommend against it.
Yeah.
Don't ask for the picture, just take it.
Nobody.
Oh. Well, at Silly Side TV, where we're building out our like comedy club thing that we're thinking about, it is crucial to me, Emile, that like when comics come here, I want you, like, I was in every single room in the Comedy Store. I'm not saying that to impress, but to impress upon. that I want to create that environment here where even if you're just an open mic comic or if you're featuring, you're at a feature level, if you're at a headline level, if you're Norm fucking MacDonald, it doesn't matter. You come here, you have an experience where you get to feel like I'm in the green room with the people. Like I'm in this green room. I look at the monitor, there's the stage, there's audience waiting for you. Even if it's 30 audience members and there's 30 fucking comedians, it doesn't matter. We're coming out here and we're putting on the real idea of a show, and we get to feel like it feels like if you're somewhere where it matters. And that's kind of what I envision as like an experience. So
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I think comics will flock to that. That's really cool. It's, that's one of the things during COVID that's sort of been missing is, when you get the clubs, indie shows, they're usually at bars or other type places where you don't have the luxury of a green room. So you've maybe got like a comics table at the back, but you guys can't be shooting the shit while people are on stage 60 feet away or whatever it is at the other end of the room. So to have the luxury of, a dedicated space like a green room where people can kind of catch up for a minute. Oh, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Or, hey, I never met you. Nice to meet you. Looking forward to seeing some of your stuff, whatever it is. That is part of the experience. And I think that's part of how people grow. And it's part of how there's that transference of experience from people who've been doing this for a long time to people that haven't, where you sort of get that shared knowledge. It's not like, back in the day in Major League Baseball, when a guy got called up to the show for the first time, a veteran would take him and buy him a tailored suit.
Right.
That was like the tradition in Major League Baseball. And I think, those type of things should exist in environments like that, where it's like, hey, I'm here. I have this knowledge that someone gave to me. Mm-hmm. And now the new guard is here and joining this community. Let me pass some of that knowledge on to you.
Sounds like Narcotics Anonymous.
Narcotics Anonymous. Sounds like...
Well, I think there is probably a little bit of
it's a bit cultish.
There's probably some crossover between drug addiction and jumping on a stage and talking to fucking strangers. Like you're chasing a different dragon, but you're still chasing it.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back on a stage again. Yeah, I've been jonesing for it for sure.
When it feels good, it's tough to replicate that, right? Like, when you have a good show and there was a lot of people there and the energy was good and whatever, you like that post show hang where it's like, cool, let's do something, let's chill, let's rehash the craziness of the night. And
what's been your worst experience on stage for you, Emile?
Worst experience?
Like in your soul, you're like, ugh, that was hard.
It's funny, like I don't know, because I don't have aspirations of stadium tours and shit like that with this. I don't know that any night really kills me, but there's definitely been nights. I had a night recently at Yucks in Ottawa. Yeah, and it was a Sunday. It was a Sunday night show. It was COVID full, so you're 50
COVID
people
friendly,
and all that shit. And, a guy I know really well and have known for a very long time, like long before comedy ever happened, was the MC that night, one of the real strong comedians in comedy. And so he brought me up and I was well prepared, and just for whatever reason, right from the outset, I just didn't fucking have it. Like there was never, I couldn't find that comfort. I couldn't find the rhythm, and it wasn't terrible. It wasn't a nightmare. Like there were some chuckles, but the shit that I think that is my funniest stuff wasn't landing in the way that I would think it would land or does land a lot of times. So, all those things that you sort of, it's an older joke. I'm going to keep it in my back pocket. If things aren't going well, I'll roll it out. It'll go great. And it's flat. Like, the whole thing was flat. And and because it was someone I knew who was hosting that night, it was almost like there's that embarrassment. You're like, fuck, I shit the bed in front of my buddy. And he's been around long enough that he doesn't give a fuck. He probably wasn't even listening while I was on stage, to be honest. But for me, that was one of the ones, like, you come home and you're disappointed. You're like, well, fuck. And I think there's also, when you're in a club, you have that added pressure, but it's your own personal pressure. When you're in those environments and they're professional spaces and at the top of the list, whoever's headlining the night or featuring that night is probably someone who does it for a living and has been for a while. you want to show up. You know what I mean? You want
Yeah.
to deliver laughs. So at the end of the night, they're like, hey, you're not the fucking worst.
You're right. Yeah.
So those are the nights that sting when they don't go real well. It's funny. Sometimes a night can shift from show to show. I had a show, 2 shows in early December where the first was that Meow show.
Okay.
And then there was another show at a different venue over at Poor Boy, both indie shows. And both were essentially crowds of comics. And I was like, okay, I'm committed to doing 99% new material when I go to Meow.
Yeah.
And I went, and like, it just didn't feel like, and when you're doing the jokes in front of other comics, it's usually like they're working on their notes. They're not
Yep.
really necessarily paying attention, but it was.
Dude, I didn't get the light till I was fucking 12 minutes at that fucking show. I was like, dude, how much time do I get? And he was like,
As much as you want.
minutes. I was like, Spencer was like 5 or 6 minutes. I'm like, all right, 5 or 6. Which one is it? I just got here from LA. Is it 5 or 6 minutes? I got fucking no. And he's like, 6 minutes. I'm like, all right, cool. And then like finally he calls me up, and I'm like, all right. And then he did some like horrible like debauchery about sex with animals, and like he like did some horrible shit to bring me up. And he was like, I can't believe I did this to this guy. Like, this is the first time here. Sorry. I'm like, great, awesome, thanks for the intro. And then it was like, and then it was on, and then I went, and it was like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 9 minutes, 12 minutes. I was like, when are you gonna fucking light me, man? Like I'll go forever, but like, hello. And then finally I was like, I just came to a close. It was probably around 11 and a half minutes. I was like, all right, like, he's forgotten.
Right. And so I kept it to 7 minutes, and it was 7 mostly new minutes, and it was real quiet. I got a couple little chuckles at stuff, and it wasn't anything. Like, I didn't feel badly. I felt like I was well prepared, and I executed and did what I wanted to do. But it's just one of those nights. It's an empty room. It's just comics.
Yeah.
It's essentially workshop type stuff. And me and another comic on the show, David Haddad, were going to that second show together. And when we went, like when we hopped in the car to go to the second show, I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that material again now. Because that show is usually a little busier. And we got there, and it was just comics again. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it again. And the second time I did it, it was way better received. The different group of comics was,
good. Yeah.
The feedback was there. And, a couple of the veteran comics from the scene were like, hey, I really like the new stuff you're working on and whatever. And so, it immediately sort of re-upped the energy behind continuing to stay with those jokes versus abandoning them. But that feeling's there, right? When you go and you workshop some shit, and it's amazing
how such a little bit of feedback can give us hope to go on forward with
the teeniest little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of feedback. You're like just a tiny bit of positive feedback. You're like, I knew I was onto something, and then you run with it for like 3 more years, and then like you find out it's shit.
Well, and I don't know how it is for the rest of you guys, but like when an idea hits me, or a premise, or sort of the punchline hits me that I'm going to build around, it amuses me while I'm writing it. Like, I'm like, this is fucking funny. I love it. This makes me laugh. That's why I think it will make someone else laugh. And then when other people don't laugh at it, it's like,
this is funny. Yeah, I know.
Like, was I wrong? Was it not funny? What was I laughing at?
I do it to David like 19,000 times. I'm like, he's like, it's still not funny. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, you don't understand. You're too young. You don't get it. You don't understand what it's like. You just don't know. Yeah.
Most of the time, that's probably fair.
It's fair, yeah. I'm working on 2 new bits this week. I'm working on a bit about what it's like. I'm working on a bit about being like overtly above everybody else, being better than everybody else because I have a Tesla. So I've been working on like material about like how much better I am than everybody else only because I have a Tesla. So I've been like working on that. And then, so I've been working on Tesla, and I've been working about bicycles. I've been working on a bit about like people riding their bicycles on the sidewalk in front of my comedy club. So I'm like, how I time it perfectly that I always exhale my marijuana smoke from my breath just as the old like 79-year-old lady is riding her bicycle down by the sidewalk. And then I talk about how many deaths there are per year of motorists hitting bicycles, which is quite high. Staggering, actually. It's almost as much as COVID numbers, how many cyclists die every year because of motorists hitting cyclists. And then I talk about how many...
Are you sure they're not dying of embarrassment because they're adults riding fucking bicycles?
Because of their tight shorts, yes. And then I talk about how many cyclists die on the sidewalk and how many pedestrians die on the sidewalk because of incidents of crashing bicycles into pedestrians. And I've researched this like a lot. I've like put a lot of energy. I've like at least 2 or 3 minutes I've looked into how often this happens, and it's a fucking big fat zero. David, you lost my camera. You're talking to some girl online, and you lost my camera again in your champion sweatshirt that Emile and I would have paid $8 for at the Tiger store when we were kids, and now it's popular. The
or at Walmart even, you can get
Champion.
them still, even the Champion brand.
The Champion brand. What's going on with that camera, buddy? Well, now it's doing it now, so what are we going to do about it? I bought you those fancy things that plug into the stuff.
I got a pretty good cyclist story.
I want to hear a good cyclist story.
So I used to live with this crackhead guy, him and his girlfriend.
I
And
feel like
he would
that's
ride...
the story.
story in itself. So he would ride his bike down this busy, down Yonge Street, down this hill, and his goal was to be riding down this hill and for somebody to pull out and hit him, and he was going to get a lawsuit and whatever, take the pain. And so one day it actually worked, and I got a bunch of phone calls saying, so his nickname was the Cripple because he fell down a mountain snowboarding, and he was already fucked up. So I got a phone call, and they're like, the Cripple's laid out on Yonge Street. He got hit by a car, and he actually pulled it off. He ended up getting like a $50,000 settlement.
Nice.
And most of that money he just spent buying drugs off me at the time.
Should have put it in
So
Bitcoin.
technically, you got a $50,000 settlement.
Should've,
Yeah, I got like 30, 25.
30,
maybe.
25, 30. Should have put it in Bitcoin. Both of you. Both you
Yeah, I
fucking
could've,
lame-ass motherfuckers should have put it in Bitcoin.
It was a pretty wild 2 years. I'll never live with a crackhead again, that's for sure. Fun while it lasted.
Who is truckers trucking with trucks?
It's this guy, Jesus, or Jesus, out of
Okay.
Tucson,
He
Arizona.
just said Brent should work on a bit about being funny.
I should work on a bit about
In our chat live.
I don't disagree. I've been working on bits about being funny, like exclusively, like a lot. And I agree with you. Truckers fucking truckers doing fuckers. What is this? Truckers fucking truckers. What is this? Truckers fucking truckers. What is this? I'm sorry, I don't understand. David, tell me. Truckers. It's the guy from Truckers fucking truckers at truck stops. Is that what this is?
No, it's
I'm working on being funny. I'm sorry. Truckers fucking. David finds it funny when I say truckers fucking truckers. But anyways, you're saying truckers blowing truckers. Truckers sucking truckers' cocks. It's funny. Truckers fucking truckers. You're like, if you fuck each other, you'd save a lot of money on lot lizards. Because you'd be like, you would spend less money on lot lizards. Those are prostitutes in trucking lots. If you fucked less truck lizards, you would know who the fuck that guy is Zuckerberg. Because Zuckerberg is a lizard who sucks fucking truckers. I'm out of control. And Emile is checking his fucking emails. He's checking his...
this is my
I'm
favorite.
following the chat here. My guy Truck.
Yeah, I was looking a little bit too.
He just said, this is my favorite white supremacy podcast.
My best friend is from Guyana, so I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah,
Somebody
I
was
have a
talking
black
about-
friend is not the defense there, Brent. I don't know if you know that.
Is that no longer a defense? That's a de facto defense? Is that I have a friend? He's not my friend. He's literally my brother. He's like my stepbrother, and he's as black can be. So I don't know. You've met him, David. He's black.
very black.
He's fucking black, and I am almost as
David's
black as
verifying
him.
that he's real even. You're going all in on this.
Yeah, like I can dance. Like you don't even know. I can fucking dance. Like you're like, look at this fat, ugly looking trucker looking motherfucking white guy. I'm like, no, you don't know. I can dance better than anybody on this podcast without question. Even David, who's a superstar, could be Michael Jackson. I'm just saying.
I can't.
This is just like the COVID version of hecklers. That's all this is.
COVID hecklers.
I'm waiting for another good
Live chats.
Truckers doing truckers. You should open your own podcast called Truckers Doing Truckers. That's nice.
No, that's what the podcast is called.
That's what the podcast is called?
Yeah.
Wow, man. Is there anything that criminals can do other than trucking? Just curious.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind driving a truck. I'd be making a lot more money than I am now.
Yeah, but no, you're doing fine. You're gonna be a comedy superstar. You just need to relax. You'll be fine. Yeah.
So what's going on with the game? Are we all out of the questions there?
I totally forgot about the game.
Question number 4.
I think it was Brent. It was Brent's turn.
Oh, dear.
He screwed up the question about oceans.
Oceans.
Okay. Yeah. So that would mean. Yeah. Try and remember that for next time, Brent. That would make it Emile's turn. Emile,
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'm gonna get you to list 3 things that are in the sky. Go.
Clouds, fake Jesus, and the sun.
Fake Jesus. I guess we can count that.
8
I'll
pounds,
give
6
him
ounce
fake
baby
Jesus.
8 pounds, 6 ounce fake baby Jesus.
The fake baby Jesus.
You missed
Trucker
that.
guy's super religious.
I clackered. You missed it.
I did miss it.
You missed the clackered.
It's okay.
For those who didn't get it, I missed the clacker.
That's how you know it's
action.
legit.
It's legit, man. You don't even know. I heard that on Amazon. It cost me $19.
$19.
Yep.
You can get pretty much anything on Amazon.
Yep. I got 3 wives for $19.
Adam.
That was Amazon and not AliExpress.
Oh, it was Alibaba. Yeah, it was AliExpress. Sorry, I got confused.
Adam, list 3 cleaning supplies. Go.
3 cleaning supplies. Go.
A mop, a scrubbing brush, and a dusting pan,
Oh,
I guess.
no toothbrush.
No toothbrush.
Definitely thought you were going to list 3 that you can cut meth with.
Hey, you
Couldn't think of that.
There's
Meth was never my
bleach.
thing.
Bennett, name 3 computer accessories. Go.
Mouse, a keyboard, and a webcam.
Yeah, that'll count. Brent still has no points. That's awesome. Oh, and Brent is gone. Look at that. It's perfect timing. We do need some controversial questions. Yeah. Really controversial?
Yeah. Well, Brent did
Okay.
kill that bottle of Red Label, so I don't blame
So
him. for
this question
comparing.
might be frowned upon, but what time are we wrapping this shit up?
What time are we wrapping this up?
Yeah, that's a good question. I was gonna ask the same thing. We've been about 2 hours so far.
What do we say? You want to say like 10 o'clock's our kill point for this?
Yeah, we'll say 10 o'clock.
And that by that point,
Yeah, 10 o'clock?
Brent,
Yeah,
Brent
we've
might
been
be ready
going
for a
for-
snooze in his chair or something.
Yeah. We've been filming
Yeah,
for
exactly.
2 hours, and we've been live streaming for almost 2 hours. Can we steal a whole? We can steal a whole citizenship. Bennett, did you understand that comment? We can steal a whole citizenship.
No, I didn't either. I sort of grazed over
I
it.
tried. Sorry, truckers trucking with trucks, but I don't understand it. Yeah, let's see if I can find better questions, because these are kind of boring. Pick topics.
Bennett, how many more drinks until you're checking out the neck on that giraffe back there?
Checking out the neck on the giraffe.
No, I've
know
slowed down a bit. I'm between my water and my Foundry Brewing beer,
Nice,
our
nice.
sponsor.
Sponsored.
The hard water, eh?
Yeah, no, this is one of their lagers, like one of their actual beers, but same brewery.
Right on. How long have you had that little giraffe there?
About a year. It's my raccoon is my
yeah.
go-to.
Your go-to, eh?
Yeah.
I think we've all
What is
fucked the
going on
stuffy
with
in
my
our
camera,
time.
David? David, you're killing me, buddy. Why is going on? We bought you those extra batteries that turn into plugins. They plug into the wall, right? Up until right now, they worked. We have the biggest show of my life coming up this Thursday on the Dad Fan and Friends show, right? The original winner of Last Comic Standing, and you don't have my fucking camera working properly. What the fuck? This is bullshit. I got 7 fucking minutes. I can do 7 minutes on Zoom, which is like 9,000 minutes in real life.
Yeah, that's the time.
And now here I am. Emile, I have 7
Oh, yeah.
minutes to do on Thursday. That's tomorrow. 7 minutes on Zoom.
Believe in you.
I believe in you. Thanks, buddy. I believe in you. He says, I believe in you. I'm glad somebody does. It's just you, Adam, my wife. That's all that believe in me. David used to
Amen.
believe in me, but he's given up hope. He's like
That's 3 more than where most people start, guy.
3 more than start from where you are. You got 3 people that believe in you.
You know, you are the comedy scene, Brent, locally, right? There is no comedy scene without you,
In
right?
Cambridge, there's nobody. There's literally me and 0 other people. That's it.
I thought before COVID they had like the Gator's Tail was doing some kind of
They
yuck
did, yeah.
thing, but
We went to one of them once. I almost got on stage that night because it was so bad.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Pick and Shovel used to do an open mic before they shut down too in
Yeah.
Cambridge, I think.
Yeah. We're
It's
going to
the
get
activity
going. We're going to
one of
have
my
it
buddies,
regular. Yeah.
Yeah,
We need
one of
to
my
do a
buddies
regular
hosted
night.
that.
Yeah.
When does this lockdown end?
When does this lockdown end? They said the kids go back to school end of February.
End of February?
Yeah.
That could change too. Who
Yeah.
knows?
There's no way that. Yeah. I think they'll be online for the end of the semester.
Yeah.
Damn.
It would make sense. Emile, do you
Yeah,
have kids?
I think it's just such like
No.
No.
No. The sound of kids is actually like the sound of kids or kids crying is actually like a full-on trigger for me. Like I hear it and it's like somebody find these, like somebody shake this baby, make it stop. Find the kid a dumpster. I'm not having it. Yeah, 100%. I actually have a joke about it. Like, you know, of your possible outcomes of sex, AIDS or having a kid, AIDS is the preferable option because at least you can learn to live with AIDS.
You've met my son.
Well, I feel about that way about kids in general.
No, my son's awesome. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but everybody that has a kid's a maniac like that. They think like your kid's gonna be the one that swings that. Like we'll have the conversation. People will be like, "I can't believe you hate kids," and they'll be like, "Look at my phone and look at my kid," and you're like, and you'll look at it, and then you'll look at them, and then you'll look back at it, and you'll be like, "Gross."
The only picture I have of my kid is when he was 4, because that's when he stopped disappointing me. So I always keep that picture on my phone. Is when he was 4.
Hey, 4 years. You guys had a good run.
We had a good run, buddy. He didn't disappoint me till 4 years. And he was like, "I wish I had a new daddy." And I was like, "At least I got a picture before he thought that."
Dude, kids are lucky that, you know,
There's been too many
fire
pictures
stations
of
don't accept teenagers to be dropped off in the bin.
Yeah. That's horrible. Oh, you just got canceled, son. That was awesome. It was worth it. It was totally worth it. Totally. I like that. Love it.
Can't really
boy.
get fired from a job you don't have.
That's fact. We can always come to Silly Side TV. Just you and me, buddy.
There you
That's
go,
it.
buddy. There you go.
You, me, and Jeff, because he'll drive this far. He'll come.
Jeff will fucking come.
Yeah.
And he will wear his winter jacket on stage all the time, and it's fucking weird.
It hides the sweat. I get it. I know what he's doing. I'm nervous too, buddy. I'm nervous watching you. Fuck. I'm wearing a jacket too. Yeah. No, that'll be good. He can sleep in my office. It'll be fine.
I feel like he would do it. He used to be in a punk rock band in the
Yep.
day. Like
I feel it.
he will suffer for his art. He doesn't give
will.
a fuck.
Yep.
That's
No,
awesome.
I like that about him. I really do. There's a couple guys I've been watching, like, just I don't know what it is, but like, is it the algorithm? Is it like, why are these things getting put in front of me? But there's a few artists that I've been watching, and you're one of them, and there's others that just keep popping up over and over, and I don't know if it's because they're the ones that like what I put out. I don't know, but like, there's a few cats I've been watching. I'm like, I don't care what happens. We have to hang out and like do some shows and have some fun.
Yeah, man, I'm down.
Love it. I was watching Pauly Shore talk about booking different acts, and he was talking about how it doesn't matter to him whether he finds it funny, it's whether or not he can see if they're doing it well. Do you know what that means? Emile,
Yeah,
do you know
for
the
me,
music?
it's about like seeing their presence on a stage, seeing their comfort level, seeing I think with certain comedians, especially people that quote unquote have it, sometimes there's a naturalness to what they're doing, and you can even see the gerbil running in the wheel sometimes as something goes from an already fully cooked joke to this is evolving on stage in real time based on a riff or what I'm seeing or the audience's feedback. So I think you can see that, because I think sometimes people get up and I've seen a few newer people get up and they'll have their full sheet of paper written out and they're almost like reading, and you're like, this is hard to do, but like, you don't get it. You know what I mean? Versus someone who'll get up and maybe their material isn't as good the first time out, and you can see that there's at least a comfort. They're coming back and forth across the stage. They're interacting. There's a little more presence and a little more naturalness, because I can't find a fucking better word for it.
Do you think that you found, if you could say, like, your voice yet? Do you think you've been doing it a year and a half, 2 years?
I don't, to be honest.
Me neither.
I don't think I've had enough time on stage to really fully
find that, like,
I feel
guy.
Like
yeah.
it's for me, it's that I'm still in that transition from being the funny friend who says shit off the cuff versus, written material that I've practiced and honed and whatever. And I'm trying to find the connection between those two things. Like if I'm hanging out with friends or family and something strikes me as funny and I start going with it, and it's almost, it becomes almost the rantings of a madman. and that side of it hasn't quite come out on stage yet. And I'm looking forward to when it finally clicks over. Like, I know it's there. I see it when I'm having those interactions on a private level. So I hope that finds its way to the stage at some point, because truthfully, that's the natural habitat for me. And I that is my voice. So we're not there yet, but hopefully, if we keep clicking away at it, and we'll get there. And the flip side of that too is, you hope that when that voice finally makes an appearance and settles in and becomes that on stage persona, you hope people will like it and enjoy it and will laugh and find the stupid shit that you find funny also, or, that they're able to relate to on some level.
They probably will. I think, like, when you manage to reach that place of being like that organically yourself on stage, I mean, again, I'm not a comedian, but I feel like people will just find those things funny purely because you do. You know what I mean?
You gotta trust it so much. You have to trust that there's other people that think like you do, but like immediately you think, because I'm an insecure person, they think like nobody's gonna think the way I do, and nobody thinks the way I do. But then if you only need to find, like, there's 8 billion people on the planet. So like, you only need to find a tiny fraction of that to think that you're cool or funny, and then you win. Like, it's over.
It is actually kind of crazy how people think, oh, nobody
Yeah.
thinks like what I'm thinking, when there's literally like 8 billion other people out in the world thinking the same thing.
Yep. And that's the thing. It's like, so how do you plug into those, and that's where we find out who we are. We plug into those things and we find out, and I like that.
Well, and I think comedy's got a bit of a funny paradox too, right? There's an inherent and ridiculous level of confidence that needs to go into that needs to go into even having the jam to get up on stage to start with. But it's a faux confidence, because so many of us have that quiet self-esteem issue in the background that says, please approve of me with your laughter. I need it. So there's that weird, like, yes, I'm confident enough to get up on stage and do it, but also, if you don't give me your approval, I'm quietly going to have hurt feelings and not want to do it more.
And with that in mind, I think we're at our 10 o'clock cutoff that we were talking about. So where can we find you guys, Adam, Emile? Whereabouts? What are you guys up to? Where can we find you guys?
Don't say
Who invited Mom? Holy fucking shitballs, Batman.
Hey, I
Sorry,
just
Mom.
figured
You can find me on Silly Side TV, you motherfucking bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? We gotta shut down the show.
We've been filming for like 2.5 hours.
What are you gonna do tonight? You were like, my girlfriend's waiting for me, so I need to get the fuck off here. I got she been making me cocktails.
We gotta save some conversation for next Wednesday.
I have
Bennett's producing, man. Let him produce.
I know. Emile, you're a rock.
I think we have to answer this last question from
All right.
Truckers Trucking with Trucks before we go.
God.
He says, would you rather kiss a girl with cock breath or a straight man with clean breath?
Oh,
That's a
I take
pretty
the
good
cock
question.
breath girl all day long. Dirty
Well,
whore.
hold on.
I guess it depends
I've
on
kissed
who-
a girl after a blowjob.
The cock breath in question is a cock breath because of your cock or
Yeah,
someone else's.
That's what I was about to
Whoa,
say.
I think
didn't think
that's
of that.
that's a huge
Yeah.
factor.
Yeah.
It is a big
I'll
factor.
kiss a girl after a blowjob. That's all right.
Yeah, but if somebody else got the blowjob, are you still kissing that girl?
Yeah, it's a tough choice.
What was the alternative?
The alternative
You kinda
was
lost me at
you
cock
have-
breath.
You have to it's either a girl with cock breath or a dude with really good breath.
Oh, dude with really good breath. 100%.
Oh boy.
I once bet somebody in a bar that I could make out with somebody before they could, and then I literally walked up to the group that he was speaking to and made out with a guy in his group only because I knew for sure that guy would be like good with it, and I was like, "Fuck you, give me my $100." And I don't give a fuck. Yeah, $1 million. I didn't blow anybody. I kissed a guy for fucking $100.
Yeah, dude.
It took me 2 seconds. The fuck.
Yeah, I think that's automatic.
Fuck that
regardless of sex or inclination,
Yeah.
you opt to put your mouth in the place that's the cleanest.
Yeah,
I
good
can
For
see
thinking.
that.
$100.
I mean, if you got your eyes closed, right? You can just pretend it's a girl.
If it's dark, a hole's a hole.
Yeah, I guess. That's fair.
The purpose of tonight's episode is if it's dark, a hole is a hole.
Only if it's dark, not if it's
Only
light
if it's
out.
dark. If there's a glimmer of
You're
light,
either-
you better watch what the fuck you're doing.
Is
You're
the
either
is
filling a
the
hole
is the
or
Tom
having a hole
Segura
filled.
note for me because I'm fat and I have a beard?
Tom Segura. I like Tom.
Yeah, he's great. I love him.
I like Tom Papa too. That guy with the makes the bread.
Yep,
Yeah, I like.
he's
that
been
guy.
at that for a really long time,
Long
dude. He's
time.
been a pro for a fucking million
Yeah.
years.
His wife died on him. Hey, she gave up.
Oh, that's tough. When did that happen?
Like 2-3 years ago. Like
Oh,
big,
wow.
like in his career, like that was a big hurdle for. I mean, like, can you imagine? Like, I mean, I can and I can imagine because I really love somebody. If you really love somebody and then they go and die on you, like fuck that person. Let's make bread. Let's make bread. And be Tom Papa. So
Bread therapy.
yeah, bread therapy. God bless that guy. Who the
All
other
right,
guy-
Bennett, go back to producing. What's happening here? Are we closing this up?
Oh yeah, that's.
I know. Yeah. Where can we find you guys? Like, what are your guys' handles? It's where can our viewers find you guys?
You can
If
find
they've
my-
made it through,
Yeah, take your.
Emile, you go first.
I was just gonna say if they've made it through 2 hours of this, good the fuck on them. But I have a little Instagram account at Comedy Emile. Come if they're around and they want to follow, great. I generally just put up places I'm gonna be, and right now I ain't gonna be fucking anywhere. So, yeah, that's the big plug. Maybe next time.
Yeah, Truckers Trucking with Trucks. If you're still listening, go follow Emile.
Yeah. Hey, Emile,
What about you,
if we
Adam?
ever get going again, please come hang out with us.
100%.
100%, Betty. Like,
Yeah.
we don't
No,
have
I'd
to
love
agree
to
on
meet you in
everything
person.
to get along.
I actually just put my my handle in the chat there for Truckers Trucking with Trucks.
Nice.
Nice.
What-
Hey, one
Let's shout
follow
him
at a
out.
time.
Let's shout him out because he's been a fucking trooper
Yeah,
hanging
he's
in there
been
for
a
the last
trooper,
2
yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Cheers, Adam.
Check out his podcast if there's ever time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an actual podcast. I thought
Really?
you were joking.
Truckers Trucking
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
podcast?
Oh, yeah.
I'm on. I did a few episodes with them. It's a lot dirtier than on here.
Oh,
But,
cool.
Okay.
Maybe we'll. Have
He's
to
not
do a
looking for
collab.
That was
sponsors or
been
nothing.
possible.
He's not. How is that possible? Yeah. He's not looking for sponsors. All right.
So yeah, you can find my stuff.
Yeah.
Twitter, not Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Recovery on Weed, and just memes, stories, jokes, all my own stuff there.
So you're saying that you can recover from drugs and alcohol by smoking weed? Is that what you're
That's the
implying?
irony.
Is
The
that what you're
irony
implying?
of the name.
Because if that's what you're implying, there's a lot of alcoholics right now that are like, fuck, that's my guy. Like, I'm into that. Like, if I can smoke weed and still be sober, fuck yeah. Finally, I found a way. And you should find that way because it's the right way. Stop being sober and not smoking weed. You should smoke weed and be sober. It's the only way to go.
Yes.
It's the marijuana maintenance program. They call it an AA.
Marijuana maintenance program.
That's
There you
awesome.
go. I've been to over 1,000 AA meetings, and I'll tell you right now, that's true.
This guy says, "Do you guys have Parlor?"
Parlor.
Kid's pretty funny,
The
actually.
fact that, oh my god, I need parlor. Fuck that.
Oh.
I hope so.
We gotta get this guy on the podcast.
Are we finishing this podcast? I don't want it to end. I'm so happy right now.
I know.
This has been the happiest part of the last week of hours.
The week.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to these Wednesdays. If this is what they're starting out as,
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a good time.
Let's see if
Yeah, it
next
only gets
Wednesday
better.
we can have so right now there's 4 of us. Let's see if next Wednesday we can have 6.
Yeah.
You guys did great.
Yeah.
Other than you didn't provide me any whiskey. You guys did great.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for
Cheers,
having
buddy.
us, guys.
Cheers, Emile. Good to see you.
We'll see you soon, guys.
See you
Cheers,
soon.
guys.
Later, everybody.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Peace. What funnier? We just keep going and going. Like we're like tomorrow. We're like tomorrow,
Yeah.
11 a.m. We're like still going. I got the Dad Fan show coming up in 3 hours. That's fucking giver. Fuck that. Right?
Yeah, it'd be hilarious.